Say to Hosanna and Yumre. Yadia Yabetu Hosanna every year from January to August.
Jesus Nurbano.
Yamini yad in the year pa. And Yanni Panina, Nanyan said a Yanyanui. A bisha, see a pepper said, yeah, that's what I see, and no one shall see. A baby, I'm a chumadri bakra, na yama ho. And it's a yenina near quarter 31st night bomu. Yenina na ye pledge, yes, sir. Afisa say, now so Afisa said no obi Antono. Oh, ye kind nanwa. Yamia cryani free busume, I dika wafimu. Edia babe drubu sume and watching. And I need that tosso and loom. SOMPA 98.9 FM, and you may a Nyarko Pomase. What if says, son, I watch a woman, and then Yamea don't my be a SOMPA, a shall say a sum wono, the dear Pepe. And he said, Yamedia grab swimming what you would ya. Ebenezer Yame, the audio bedroom, and you may a free a Kumamunina Casse, yet that was. Memoir Jomo Tenase, and say a share check a cra. I want me mighty Juma dear so, but me mighty Akoso. Thanks to Nana Kwame Nkwanta Bisa. I watch you a chair moon what Tenase some pa. And you raise so me twice on the Akua anymore. But I will journey a live on Facebook. I am SOMPA 98.9 FM. SOMPA 98.9 FM. YouTube SOMPA TV. Oba now like a video no who YouTube and us subscriber. Now fe watch a video no Facebook amaye. Na of front so enya nkomoni biati Ghana nsam wo ha o. Anyumra ye bisa ya ho kase pa se. Enya bia Ghana economy no niema sesa. Question kase anyumra no no. Ghana economy no niema sesa. Said ya niema si year 2022 ya kwa na wie ye ho baabi. Na kufua gallon no ukwa akope bia nwa ato ana wonto ne 1000 Ghana kilomina kan wase akua me bosumi akatu ato anwa pe eti anwumre ye bebisa ye ho se said na inflation rate in the year 2022 from September to December no sana eti sabre yimu ana anya bia said na ashanti ade ati 2022 in the same period, no we are asking these questions because Minister for Finance, Honorable Ken Oforiata ko Parliament in our tribune, media budget na king kayemuno, or Cabrofobia to Ghana for 3 years, or say after 2022 a chairmuno, Sana wo per fear or no what chile no, or D a mia, or kwa ye hear mu. Osu yes a finance minister na year 2022 but obetu mi apem ne boa ka kira Ghana for say ade ne sesa ade na sesa ade na ye Ghana na ye chen 2022 said na ye boni tri so ne party for bimpo wo mo ye mera hyebedwafo ka say on resign anyumre mi nim se economy ne sesa se ne ma ye a eya na factors ne ne de wa he ade ade na ya de hwe susudua no ene sai eno na nwumire me pese ye di ho nkomo live on SOMPA 98.9 e ba cho journey live on Facebook ne so na wo de comment na to your live video na se ama me pa cho wo ba so a na wa share no foforo so anya bi ofu be se share the link But ye this sound common on what you bar. Ye be makwan ama MPP, NDC, PNC. Woma tenasena ya dwendwene wo my Ghana ho in other perspective akoye ni mo. Oso for ye me akua Nyarko Abronoma DJ of car tenase. Ready for the social media handles. The producer ye see Kwasi Joshua wo hia na. Ya friend say Joe and canintent monte. So botwum say Joe.
Yes, wedding cooling.
Afa yam pemle yankoye ni mo ye nyo bi a wa ben e wo sika samu ntutuye mu Enyumre ye misa ya ho se na no finance minister Honorable Kenoforiata Komra Shebedwam no. Media budget no major highlight ne de wo hen. Ensempo ben wo tachi ye. De hen na Ghana for party. Mitie wo pani bi wo SOMPA mote. Okay, what are the major highlights in the mid-year budget? Honorable Kenoforiata presented my last Monday. When Timaton said their friend Ora Bernard Oforia J. Wabe, was Sikasem enter to Yemu. Wabe Ashe, thank you for the word. I like that one. Wabe Ashe. And you made one more yen. Now, mid-year budget, yen so many biase. What trans yen you may. Coming home na yen SOMPA no yen send your messages yen like it on Facebook yen share video no na afoforo nya bi me refresh SOMPA me mind ti dwumadie so nie maju
me nyame je so
ye wo nyame mu gidie se wo mpom ye nwumre yi
wo nyame di ache
ye hia ya che kakra wo me mind ti so
ai se be fie ba kokora atwam
fidie maaye se bia na nyame anim se nya yesi nyame anim de da kokora ye nim finhia pem
se be fa no se na yakopon sika no wo twerɛsem no nti no na se da koro ye fa na san so na ye se ye hia na ye se bro afe na ya konfie bebre na so ye ketrema da ya bojim dia
sure
mo je dia usano wo yemu no ai be koso na de asedama ono anka so twedi amponya kopon ewa hombambo de adom ye ama ye bedu sabre enti no se ne yetie bia aseda ne be manya kopon na ye kan so yesi na bibi wa aseda achia
nyame nkoa ne ye de be man no
ti ye ho ye pa
good ye ho ye nwura nkomoni mu na ye bre no ma wiye bebre se nkomoni so ye ko deep ye ni kan ma ye tiefo nya the major highlight in the media budget Honorable Kenoforiata presenting my Henry Chijoda itwam
okay we chat here phone so na one hour here abefo 10 times so I feel social media so nyina e wo sa nwumre ya da jo manya on person mo kan koma ye di ho na no 31st July Jode na ya yankasa ye finance minister Kenoforiata Akua Parliament, Akua media review, and yes, on one at two, and I say any day, and I say any first also economy or back a cancer to the representative of the people, which is the parliament. Now I am run a channel, free be PFM, Public Finance Management Act, 2016, Section 28. No, a channel say every year be we say normally ye budget no for the year coming. If I say nyambo 2024 budget no, ye be na nyame bo a November and ye be present to the parliament. And after that no, wo ho kwan say wo be kire after the first 6 months. I'm not sure say be ka and some kire. How far have you gone? Because I set targets be my ho and I can sim be far akoma bona. Ye be say ye no afina ye besim no. Enti esa na mine person be hu se ye sha ase ye ka se be yewi ye ka se be yewi nti how far ye ma afini nkwa wi ansa wa be ka san se ranche so first 6 months no e o so ba no be bu nkompo kire Ghana for eno na no finance minister yetutu she na kakra be 31st July no nyame boy ma ne be pie ma o be kire ba bia yadru na ba bia ye ko enti o he major highlights kakra o yi ya ISM was something we call the GDP growth. We are a target for the year, no? As far as it's a part of 2023 budget, reading, 2022. And when I expect to say we achieve 2.8% of GDP growth. That's growth rate. But finance minister by, or say about 1.5. And oil GDP no is a non-oil no give 3%. Finance minister says to about 1.5% at the end of the year. And your inflation you target 18.9%.
Okay.
Finance minister says a target you achieve. Looking at the first is not how it has come to play. You will achieve 31.3%. That's a revised target no.
Okay.
A target in the year the yesusu say bet me aye. and the HSA you when you may corner intimate ya revise your target no from 18.9% no inflation they about 1.3%. Again so you can primary reserve primary balance you can see a surplus of negative 0.7%. Finance minister see a negative 0.5%. Now international reserves no now you can say your target was 3.3 months cover. But finance minister see even 1 month cover 0.8 cover. And again you bit is a population you can see a 227 billion. But this time bank finance minister buy or say only 26 billion, which is yatiso over 20 billion. And that is why the finance minister came to say. And to him in all no this budget now year can was in and you're tuning last year November. Who said this about buy a budget we are tuning
yeah.
Asempa when young consolidated this budget and in Kabum. Na in Kabum because of even the debt exchange program and near no. And Dina and Casa suggesting your mama say budget na be dear. A month for home kakra. And abina yenesa. And you hear all the budget in no. In line with the your program I know PC peg. PC peg then can say post COVID. Yes, post COVID program for economic growth. Any IMF I can say a program I come IMF. Someone here my and the is how to achieve economic stability and then fiscal discipline. And again, how are you able to maintain your debt to a sustainable level? What it means any intimate can I at and my idea home then I join IMF and the program objectives and say bit manyas our growth na expect and economic fiscal sustainability and debt sustainability and you say achieve again media review now most of the time there's objective to this one when you talk about the media review. What are the objectives? Objectives is the recent economic development. What is going on? Then there cost go kronum. Is it kasem te sen? Ya more than more ya bla boss in the city. Ya ko humambom. Krona ye dia show on sana oji isika no. Then na odi idea na ekoso. And again to forecast for the remaining 6 months. And finance minister di be gina so a or the car says say no ya ka say targeting inflation 18.9. Be me am hwe ba bia ka kono dia yentimi ma targeted 33 31.9%. And ohwe mo so na these are the targets but we go to revise some of the targets no. That is the forecast objective of media review na ye hwe no. And I also total expenditures kana sky yedi any sky yaje to that time frame na fi you say whether your revenue targets no your measures na edeto no are we reading getting closer or are we getting the achieving the targets? Objective of media review. And fortunately for us, finance minister buy or say this time you are by my mom yeah major tax bill and I mean major scabia bill. And most of the time oba attached with the supplementary budget.
Yeah.
Our money bar. But this time around yeah lucky. Or say new Kuran and over but mama yes you as and Chebia Suna, you introduce 3 new taxes. Until now, a very idea who say government remember say, a be of source and introducing new taxes. Because already, the business community are also expecting saying, Kobeti Maiden and take away some of the taxes. The thing say it's nuisance. Are they rightly said in opposition? Say some taxes are nuisance. And the thing say, beauty is a COVID tax and other things, COVID in a chum. Even all the measures attached to it has been taken away. So they were expecting that the government in a way will have reduced those kind of taxes and not taking away those taxes away. But fortunate for that one for be a home and a way you be free. And in all, these are the measure outlook.
Good.
Yeah.
But yeah, would see now ye share do na share ni so be taxes ni be there flow. Look at the situation na ye wo mu sesia asomanya yakọ IMF ye da so struggle say ye be balance ye payment no e be ye prudent say aban no betie indeed no wayi sa taxes ni be afiri ho ana, especially the COVID-19 levy, the sanitary pad tax ni ade no.
The good thing is yeah, environment, you know. This finance minister, in my opinion, has made things so complex. And already where IMF conditionalities now you want to cry. One key thing of it is say you net freeze on employment for 3 years.
Okay.
What it means that government will limit the number of people who are over employment to the public sector. And now where inflation, where unemployment rate now, we are hovering around 15%. That means a lot of people who are in the system who are not working. And it is more this condition. So when to me in Fenipa, it's only certain sectors like the education, like the health, security, and our conditionality is not going to affect. That's what we call it the net freeze. Who should take over? Is the private sector. Private sector and also will take those kind of people no more system no more or more school no. And you know how can the private sector expand? At the end of the government and also all the measures or the other winning in a contract the economy. How does it contract the economy? Look at all the taxes. Taxes no more no. A good businesses no. A more production cost here than air cost. And again, no way even finance minister across I mentioned say now your infantry things say the external market has closed to us. Euro bonds need those intiminko. And a long-term finance and now buying swing out Krum say air bonds no. Because of the debt exchange program now it does not seem to be attractive. People are not going into it. So the only way our government is at this time air treasury bills. That's the short term where government demobilizes car. 3 months, 6 months, and 1 note. But whereas a government ever issue treasury bill, our rate in a number around 30% now. That means obi always kabiano. Our person will let me go and buy government treasury bill because interest on it.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, so be a to government bills now. Over say banks no ain't mean yeska. Emma omunti created that kind of surplus. Emma deficit unit no. I can't remember the last time I can't banking and say banking, you know, you from surplus unit, you know, what deficit unit. Surplus units in United and Kofobi was cabby. But when your margins on be discanning there. And you know, for the safetyness of the money, no, they want to have a place, a safest place to put the money.
Okay.
And a bank. And the bank energy says cano. Now your uncle Kofobi also they need the money today, but they don't have the money. When you ask you from deficit unit. And most of them, they are the government, they are the institutions, and they are individuals. And it's a binding mumbama, says why not just all budget those kind of money. Because finance minister making announcements that they are going to mobilize around 44 billion through these treasury bills. That means they are going to take the money from the people. Scan everything they are banks. Now banks and also at me, I want lend it to the private sector. No, say almost unya. In the SNA, we say crowding out the private sector. Just say I just can't name my private sector in your day. Yes, can it be?
Okay.
Because the private sector and the economy are just nobody above a year. No, or my expanding or more businesses. So that unemployment or more year unemployed. No, when the businesses is expanded, they get them employed into the system. But however, the government no more compete for those monies. At the end of the day, the government is also not going to employ because of the conditionality of the IMF. And now expect is that taxes need too much. And need too much no cry no because again your tax system regime no has not been the best. Look at this some more equia. I can't say we keep on whipping the wailing horses. Instead of us to widen the tax net. No?
Okay.
We are not doing well in that area. Into more tax na. Any new tax to be introduced to be it still comes to them. And to Ora, you will be the COVID tax, a nuisance. There's no, excuse my way, I say there's no sense for us to keep on. So President Bob on TV, because they say, no, yeah, all those kind of measures now, they combat restrictions everywhere. Then, what again for the COVID tax?
Okay.
And her community, no, taxes among folk here, VAT, any other things, no. It is really giving a lot of burden onto the business community, and they have complained. Say your taxes and oko portwa, and easy. People cannot even take away their product from the port. Omuntimi ntwa duty any those things no. Cover tax alone. Me hear madam for bia na akoto car. Na car turn over 600,000. Cover tax alone there was around 20,000 Ghana cedis.
Wow.
Yeah. And you know, all this one no am I Esther for your development, especially in our industry. So it was a right call, but Sena Finance Minister Mayunga said this time no untimi enyi. So there's an assurance. Say November budget number for 2024 no. They will look into those things and look at if they can assist the private sector in that direction.
I see. I was out journey live on Facebook about SOMPA 98.9 FM, SOMPA 98.9 FM. Now what like a video, now what share now of from Swabenya community now what TN. Now what tree video say na finance minister call parliament media budget no working kan na mun sam no na yeto your boss na yanyemu tiehunu ni mu nimdie ni mu nkomo a emu dopa enkomo ni nyina no babia wo born pa ebeye nkomo kase pa so kan say niam esesa we are turning the corner ena edom kuma wo mra hye badwafie se dabi fekura na Ghana fo asetena mu eye den as compared to the wo kase afed the niam esesa no Mr. Forage say niam esesa edie ne die na ye hwe so se susudua na factors be na ye consider kase afed the niam esesa as compared to the previous year na ye wa ahunhia mu no
I say you say niam esesa ye nyina in the good way for the country. Konfubone si kurobebo a I don't timu bi. We expecting say niam esesa. But you say ya tia say ne wo tebia bim. Ene ye pese free sa tebia no. Tebia be mu na ne ye wo. Na eka amne ye. Ye ntimi ntwa ye ka. Ya jeje jiska bibira niam nkoyie maye. Eno na ye ka niam bom finance minister no. Omo nkasa yo ma gwese nkomo nko IMF. With a lot of words omo use even against IMF the war because some even says excuse there. IMF na is only nyansa odi bu mine those things no.
Eya kwadefo
way. The laziest approach as IMF. So they were trying to find their own way ombetimi go through the problem na omo introduce this levy. Some ombetimi anya revenue so ombetimi aiden. I take away some of their promise which is debt away but anye the target they set for themselves no country no yentimi anya den are really behind them in a match we as expected. And you know, you say the Akua there ambulance in another. So we have to go and see the IMF. And the IMF and Ankasanoma a homegrown policy they buy, and they are helping us to recover from what we are doing. So what were we going through? Some of the inflation now running to 51%. Look at some of your exchange rate. Our two major currencies like the dollar. It was a time we were even buying the dollar around 15 to $1 is to 15 Ghana cedis. And so all these things were affecting the business community. No fuel price, cost running those things. But finance minister in a way can say, fine, we are heading towards the promised land. In what way? Because we see the currency has been stable for a time while now. She said, I'm 11, 12. It's stable. Kakra. And now where fuel price and so stabilize the kakra.
Okay.
Though there has been a few rise and fall in it. And where your inflation now as I'm talking to you, the new inflation rate is around 42%, all the way from 51%. Until I heard those kind of indicators now, Otimkas are fine. And so not here. But another school of thought, especially from the majority side, near side, some of us also see is a fine. In as much as workers say corner, things are still not right. Looking at the banking sector, say banks over total losses. Last year alone, we have more bank statements now, financial statements not printing now. The banks in overall recorded over 18.3 billion losses.
Okay.
The almighty Bank of Ghana recorded around 60.4 billion, 50.3 billion losses. That should tell you that all is not well. There's a lot of things that we still have to do together. And Mama Jensen give praises. I was a finance minister, still who say no. there's a lot of things to do and there's a lot of things to achieve. Because where your banking system there is a crowd here, and and when there is a problem, and he even highlighted it. Or when the media review, now, or Kasaba, even the state enterprises, and he recognized it, said no, they are not doing well. Even Cocoa Board is not doing well. Even their bills they cannot even pay. I will say somebody domestic debt exchange, be of my cocoa bills and a pension for now. You ever say a law into it now. I go here or some kind the banking sector now no, they have to release money to come and support the local banks, especially the government owned banks, CBJ, GCB, INIB, ADB. And even INIB Kurano, until publishing a bank statement for 4 years. That means they are not doing well and it's not proper. So in all, no, it's not all that good, but we are just hoping.
All that bad and so.
And not bad, sir, but it's not good.
Okay.
Until we are hoping, say at least we can do better, and that's what we are expecting from the finance minister now. Even the party for person Okono, other than the other soto, and yeah, one pie. And we were say on one casaba will be to Nadia and something actually say it's not our doing, but it's God doing, and to praise himself. But still, he's not doing well. But it's not bad.
No, it's not bad. What then a car you bet to me a yama at least say you do better crana, you bet to me do good.
Yeah, fine. And I make say inflation. They said they are targeting 18%.
18%.
Yes, you are very wise. They say intimate, but you try to achieve 33%. No, that means we are not still going inflation at 33%. If the target is even 33%, and policy rate has been increased, you can policy rate here, Bank of Ghana, lend to banks. In the advance, the commercial bank pays every Bank of Ghana what they are here, or Bank of Ghana beginning 30%. Yes, a Bank of Ghana could says GCB could say 30% and the bar. Now, a Kenya could give your business there. Or not even for more 30%. I was already bit so, and a friend margin. And to overhead the inflation figure. And it's the inflation at 33% there. That means the lending rate will be hovering around 35-36%.
Okay.
And that means as I'm 100 million, I finish make you saying, make you a 33 million. Na aka and 100 million all the year you man for so say no benya. Principal interest. That is what we are saying, sir. So if inflation comes down, on already your monetary policy inflation targeting. Inflation targeting why? Because we want to have price stability. And that's the key role of Bank of Ghana to play. And the other day we are still talking about say you are expecting 33% and we are expecting even economic growth, no? We are expecting 1.5%. Yeah. That means even what we are hoping and what we are even speculating at the end of the year is still not better. Okay. And it does not give us a good outlook for especially the business community in Ghana.
Join your live on Facebook, boss SOMPA 98.9 FM. SOMPA 98.9 FM. Comments, Oba now they are to your live video na sena ya kenkan ma. Ye no obi a wa ben wo sikasem ntutu emu na ahia nwumre ya ye di enkomo na a quick one away from finance minister ne media budget presentation, but ye da so gina finance ni mu sense. Okay say Bank of Ghana fon so de wo mkomo bi bebo mu ma Ghana fo wo ma ben so pani ya wo mu nim sikasem ntutu emu e keka nsam ni bebre. Na Bank of Ghana enso aboka opani dia na be basa Bank of Ghana be boka o this ase be ba betudwa say ne yemfa no so oman.
Yeah, Bank of Ghana a key player our system. They are the bank to the banks. They are the government banker. They are owned by the state. Menumi no your bank no. And this a Bank of Ghana operations are ye ni nyina onya profit or this kind of consolidated account. Bank of Ghana no adwuma be no moye. Government skebi omoji obi a ban skebi a Bank of Ghana na eje. Say yakobobo se yankra Bank of Ghana ho na beto. Yakoton ya oil revenue yakoto a scan ho na beto. Omoso na payment maye. Bank of Ghana na print ska edemaye. And it's a Bank of Ghana assume is printing 100 cedi note a. Ebia obetwia scan otwia. and some of my printing no could just come on no my print yamano. Until be 100 city note no be cost you 10 cities by Akua. That means or beton 100 cities in my banks no or the more the face value now was only 100 cities but only 10 cities. And the Bank of Ghana nya profit of say 90 Ghana cities.
Okay.
Ni na ya ti Bank of Ghana so to our banks no ho kire o moko ahunye hia ma omo ho no moko because they are the last resort to the banks. Omo ko bobosia. Bank of Ghana bosia na obo no na yeka so no so charge interest and a friend policy rate no. Enti o san income na oje no. Ono san offshore accounts bi a Bank of Ghana for equipu to say a heritage account no mo keep no offshore account or US Treasury. So Bank of Ghana does some activities be a discover at the end of the day. But the key activities is on monetary policies, on stabilize the economy no, in terms of inflation, ness and money in boy amanako. Again, Bank of Ghana no, so moba na say yet one as a Bank of Ghana be catch say abusuya mwa ya moko ahunhehia mu a mobrede nyina no, ene de ya asemi a. In fact, I am share. Oh, Bia, oh, Korean Bia, or sending yam channel. Fine, we are having a discussion because UK Bank of England for a loss over 150 billion pounds. Our most state in take over more added to the public debt. Oh, UK. Why? Because they are not the key role, they are able to give us key explanations to the debt. Say, it do COVID, no. There were activities at Bank of England involving the saving. Boa state no money ye be die omo ba ye omo kire say kai omo boy nyina ye say because of government debt exchange program no ye and some of us ye heard government debt exchange na ye na Bank of Ghana ka say omo ye hater to the tune say omo suffer over 53 billion out of it so losses na buy no and then the question will be able to say na government debt ye kan dia wo de okoto sika na ma aban and they say yamra simple thing the activities of Sadima no
Okay.
aban no ho the bank na Bank of Ghana enti activity bia aban peso ye bia no e also ye through Bank of Ghana enti obeso to treasury bills o issue Bank of Ghana obeso issue bonds o issue Bank of Ghana enti me na maka Bank of Ghana say Bank of Ghana me pesca say 44 billion nza kino for ata kan ye no and I wakoto 44 billion na o de ableme what the breme no and I remember Banama Cho say 44 billion minti ntwia e mamu enti me mamu new set of instructions and your friend say bonds no
Okay.
I promise to pay you something no this time me change situations no so the question is say nipa no mo obeto treasury bills no I will step in as intermediary no uro pray no then na wo mo na why hit. So if that is the case, say this time no, fine. Say DDEP no, affected wabo say dia. Then it means scanner buying a car say onti bin create or debt exchange no. Then Bank of Ghana for quantity coin so akoye payment.
Okay.
And people also suggesting say yes also there. Then you have printed money for the government. That is why you care that kind of debt now work no. And the Bank of Ghana, omo explanation omo de ba no. There's no credibility alliance to it. Omo it has been opaque. I say you can't say no raw.
I say utia
and shut down to assume because they say the activities of the Bank of Ghana. And in the euro they play and then they come and tell you say at the end of the year maboka. Finance Minister Rebecca Sanokro say even those ones one team I exchange, you know, they are now in talks. Even IPPs, no, the independent power purchasing agreements are more signing in. You have more new, even set of regulations. I debate your music momo. Cocoa bills and a friend Dacha bonds in Bank of Ghana has still finance minister say, yeah, Baba mom with different exchanges. The pension funds for almost a month, I said, there be more, yeah, picketing those things. Still, the government still need them to come and participate in the exchange. And the Bank of Ghana has not been clear with how can they able to. And the over or more operation expenses and so on. That's why now we are going in that area. We have car more service within the year now over 137 million Ghana cedis. We have more travel, domestic and foreign. Move from 22 million to 97 million. In 2021, it was 28 million. Yeah, but 2022, travel was now moved to 97 million. Fine, obi beti me say because of the inflation increment and other things and you know, we had a challenge with maybe a full ups and downs and then we say to two full Bank of Ghana so move cars to 16 regions. Omoko first car or high na more wine care, but still there must be a serious audit.
Okay.
I was say yokum near who those kind of expenses and our Bank of Ghana for now, you know, they are too huge, and we can say they be because of there was the inflation in those things, you know, it be affected or more pricing and our operation cost now cost. By dealing the 60.3 billion, they have to come again and explain why they incur that kind of losses. Now, I might not monk hide behind the debt exchange program. Now, you know, I'm out. No more much say whether what people were saying, speculating the Bank of Ghana has printed money in last year for government to finance its activities, you know, whether it's true or false. You know. These are some of the revelations, and some of us are getting to understand. Say, really, if Bank of Ghana really printed the money, then that is the problem we have gotten now to hit that 60.3 billion losses. You know. It's a serious thing, and we shouldn't joke with it. Bank of Ghana must come clean and explain again, and not just be hiding. If there's any serious country, and the Bank of Ghana governor should have resigned.
Okay.
Yeah, should have resigned long ago. Because all the indicators the Bank of Ghana governor will buy, yeah. Okay, as banks and suffer. I will be collapse banks. You be free kicking a big boom. No, they say even Bank of Ghana now, the state of Bank of Ghana is worse than that situation. On one case, goods and banks,
wow.
Until I said, why resign?
Do you know me? Tina so can say banks in Yahoo didn't say a can a consolidated binumono or no moon cran ni sahodeno
or no crannies are hodeno. Oh, hey, Ariana, no, see be more area. I also you could be more. And I say, you be more quiet, sir. Near can be boom. No, or no, there will be original crowd.
Or Yarich,
What it was some modalities in the parameters, no best say, it collapses some banks and there. I was a Bank of Ghana. If not say, Abe ya because your equity could have reduced it to negative 50 billion. Yes, negative 70 billion, which means that equity you can't share with the sky. Yes, you can't shame no, because you bought loss now, my yes, you can't share a loss of 70 billion. That means we have to recapitalize the bank. I was say Ghana for you know, yes, I'm come Bank of Ghana sky. Sabe on betting imagine on my so, and it's a bank now, oh, buy as a governor. Or by your first rule and say the banking system is sick. You want to heal them, you want to kill some. Now why you be more from the acquire, so now I say you know. Now one year more Bank of Ghana and 6 years to 7 years, you know. I grow with the idea and say, one bank this year, you chance our banks, you know. And any serious jurisdiction, I was think a Bank of Ghana governor. And as I well, we didn't start to because some of us also believe the Bank of Ghana governor, you know. On a bet right, I'm a government, you know, and they are being controlled by the finance minister.
Yes, why
independent. You know.
Okay.
We see say this Bank of Ghana, as it stands now, is not independent, and they are being macro-managed by the finance minister and the government in power, and that is why they are doing all these things. And how can you tell us when you're 60 billion car, and because of the debt exchange, debt exchange, you know. You need to say I'm here too so much because you are an intermediary for the bank, for the government, and the people who purchase the bondholders. So at the end of the day, no suffer in what faith. That means those people now are join, you know. They are coupons now immature, you know. That means Bank of Ghana paid them, or Bank of Ghana printed money as people suggested or speculated the other time. That is what last year, you know. So Bank of Ghana printed over 50-something billion amount by now, obey deny, you know. And this is the reality you're facing now. They are supposed to come and give us proper explanation so that we see what we can go and better for us and say our buying by the take it away carry. Not the other kind of public debt. And yes, I understand of the Bank of Ghana it's no good, and the Bank of Ghana must be recapitalized.
Obani no watchia ba ni sa ye jawo kwan na wakona fe yatoa efa etosimi wadaro ma se metwa to a ode ma yetiefo anwumre
the other kind say mom said the budget no yakan yen nkabom mama yen kwaso no yen kamom because country broke, country no broke, we all day inside. But we do no mama yen expect say benya at papa near really behind na yɛn bring it those people so a ɔmbɛ yɛ ɔmo adwene sɛ ɔmo take system no for granted ade ayɛ nneɛma nyama yɛn kɔ yɛn nim no we should bring them to book na yɛma Ghana no any better place for us. And I think mismanagement and idea it can never be taken away from this current regime when it comes to the economy management.
Okay.
Fine, they can relate it to COVID-19 and Ukraine-Russia war. There be a man no. But at the end of the day, no, you comply so with the conditionality with the IMF. Doing it easy, my sir, because every quarter you be increasing electricity 18%. Ninga beba be hit here. I am funny easy. But at the end of the day, no. The money,
okay,
and you pay you free. And young Cambom na yehu. The only chance we can do is how ABI decide how to take a decision based on accountability. Ne mo beti makache. But as it stands now, business community no, they are really going to be hit, and yet easy. More now, businesses are collapsing because of tax and even cost of production. Cost of electricity 18%. More production I then akosro. But all in war no. Mama, you're really behind the government. Now, send our promise here, say, fine, he is at the right corner. Though some of us disagree, but we think that still now there's more room for improvement.
Okay.
And we can get there and get to the promised land.
Okay. Open, I mean, show you may prepare when you buy a day, your finance minister, media budget in Insim, you da CP. Ora Bernardo Fourier, a financial consultant. And or near be this uncle when but or buy a Facebook in this one. But SOMPA 98.9 FM. SOMPA 98.9 FM na be share dear mommy. Join your live on Facebook, never share dear be mommy. But SOMPA 98.9 FM. SOMPA 98.9 FM na be share dear we mommy. Honorable Kenoforata come Rashebe no. And some media budgets no and no can want some. O journey live on Facebook a DJ of Kada Romanti or my video na available am my enti I ready my enti
presented revised 2023 fiscal framework which aligns with the IMF supported PC PEG and outline government's growth strategy to drive the recovery process. I will now proceed to update the House on the macro fiscal performance of the economy since 2022. Mr. Speaker, as we usually do, the 2023 budget was presented in November 2022 using end September 2022 data. We now have end December 2022 data, which indicates that overall real GDP growth was 3.1% compared to the revised target of 3.7%. Non-oil real GDP growth was 3.8% compared to the revised target of 4.3%. End December inflation rates of 54.1% compared to the projected 28.5%. Total revenue and grants for the period amounted to 96.7 billion, 15.8% of GDP, compared to the revised target of 96.84 billion, 16.4% of GDP. Total expenditure on commitment basis amounted to 165.1 billion Ghana cedis, 27% of GDP, against a revised target of 133.8 billion, 22.6% of GDP. Overall budget deficit on commitment basis was 11.8% of GDP, against a revised target of a deficit of 6.3% of GDP. Primary balance on commitment basis was a deficit of 4.3% of GDP, against a revised target of a deficit of 0.7% of GDP. On cash basis, the overall budget deficit was 10.7% of GDP, against a revised target of a deficit of 6.6% of GDP. The corresponding primary balance on cash basis was a deficit of 3.2% of GDP, against a revised target of a surplus of 0.4% of GDP. And gross international reserves was equivalent to 2.7 months of import cover. Mr. Speaker, with approval of Parliament, government set out to achieve the following key macroeconomic targets for 2023. Overall real GDP growth of 2.8%, non-oil real GDP growth of 3%, end December inflation rate of 18.9%, overall budget deficit of 5.9% of GDP on commitment basis and 7.7% on cash basis. Primary balance commitment basis of a surplus of 0.7% of GDP and a deficit of 1.1% of GDP on cash basis, and gross international reserve to cover not less than 3.3 months of imports. As I've indicated, we have made significant progress on restoring macroeconomic stability, and the narrative is changing. The economy is showing signs of recovery, the exchange rate has stabilized, inflation has softened, and interest rates have declined since December 2022. Mr. Speaker, these outturns are the results of focused implementation of all the measures we presented in the 2023 budget and the positive sentiments arising from the progress of the IMF program, which I will now discuss. Mr. Speaker, towards addressing the macro-fiscal challenges the economy faced in 2022, government engaged the IMF to support the implementation of our PC-PEG program. On 17th May 2023, the Executive Board of the IMF approved a 36-month extended credit facility in an amount equivalent to SDR's $2.242 billion, approximately $3 billion. The program is anchored on government PC-PEG and designed to restore macroeconomic stability and debt sustainability. It includes extensive reforms to strengthen resilience and lay the foundation for stronger and more inclusive growth. Mr. Speaker, the program has been designed to address the key issues facing the economy through the following key priority targeted interventions. Large and front-loaded fiscal consolidation to bring public finances back on a sustainable path. The program envisages a cumulative fiscal adjustment of 5.1 percentage points of GDP over the program period 2023 to 2026, over a fiscal effort of 3.8 percentage points in 2023 alone. The primary deficit on commitment basis will be reduced from 4.3% of GDP in 2022 to 0.5% in 2023. The fiscal consolidation will be executed by both mobilizing more domestic revenue and improving efficiency of spending. 2. To protect the vulnerable through enhancement of existing social protection programs, including the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty (LEAP), National Health Insurance Scheme, the Capitation Grant, and the School Feeding Program. The 2023 budget, for example, doubled the benefits under the LEAP program as well as boosted the allocations to the School Feeding Program. The growth rate of 1.5% down from 3%, end period headline inflation of 31.3% from 18.9%, primary balance on commitment basis of a deficit of 0.5% of GDP compared to a surplus of 0.7% of GDP, aligning with IMF-supported primary balances, gross international reserves sufficient to cover at least 0.8 months of imports of goods and service by 2023. Mr. Speaker, revisions to GDP projections, the overall real GDP growth for 2023 has been revised to 1.5% from 2.8%, and non-oil real GDP growth has also been revised to 1.5% from 3%. The downward revision in projected growth for 2023 is an indication of a broad slowdown in the three sectors of the economy as a result of factors such as the fiscal consolidation plan and difficult global conditions. Mr. Speaker, overall GDP growth
How much is your dollar now? We were in this house when the colleague from the other side brought a statement to come and talk about fuel price hikes. That the price keeps going up and it's around 20 something. Today, the price is at 12. Where is it? This is what we are talking about, turning the corner. The corner has been turned. We are on the highway. We are on the path of development, and nothing is stopping this government from achieving that. Mr. Speaker, indeed, in our challenging times, Mr. Speaker, everything is at a standstill. Because in 2015-2016, when it was at a standstill, we were not able to get anything. Lights were not on. They asked us to put off our fridges. They asked us to stop using mobile phones. They said to a cold stop, we shouldn't do it. But in 2023, even in our challenges, Mr. Speaker, we have employed over 300,000 professional workers. This is a turning point, and it's the corner that we've moved from the corner, and we're on a highway. Mr. Speaker, we are talking about over 300,000 people being employed in the public sector. America is talking about employment. Over 300,000 in their time. When they took us to over 1,000% of inflation and debt accumulation, they froze our employment. All employment was frozen. Today, we are talking about 300,000 public sector people being employed. And we are saying we are not on the right path. This is the carbon budget, as the minister said, and we have turned the corner, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker.
SOMPA 98.9 FM. Me mighty Jumadi Sunie, Siman Watche, Abba Panumren on Watche home, Abedafo Atenase. Honorable Kenofurata, and Udikati, and Diano, and the Honorable Portune Berema Bono MP from Doma East, and I want no Kasa, you know. O journey live on Facebook, but SOMPA 98.9 FM. Now, o messages no, Emra live on Facebook. Video no ase menya mra kenkan ni nyina ma private message obi say hey grofo to me kasa o sa na de na kwa koyo wo aban mu a kasa wo dwa wanum kakra fine what you say na wo position so so pushi upe aban mu aba sa so pushi ora Isaac Kamponsa Badu ye treasurer for Bono region National Democratic Congress Ora Abdul Samad Nuruddin secretary PNC ewo Bono region ha yebenya representative from the New Patriotic Party but messages no on Facebook about SOMPA 98.9 FM SOMPA 98.9 FM na fe wo dia bana yakenkan dia ma are you part of those who children anka
Ankarefo
But
you know me win and can say you they say on say easy on say
on win and can
so say ya kakra onimi
onimi
so was in your na kasa as MPP communicator no so ye ne na net here
na no de on kan sa
in
fact nipa bia etwa
na de no so abeka de ne ye kato no so no say o MPP ni na yama no post e o sa bia no ni kwa say o mo obi a o she party atade ko party activities ni ade no ono no ko pese o clear no ho na oyi ni ho e free sa no mo so be kan say oh minianom e ya mpa me MPP ni me kasa ma MPP mako MPP programs me share MPP atade me patron e wo UNE but duma di na mo dia ma me no me yi party na sinchen me be ye djuma dia ma Ghana nti se me ye MPP ni ma pa mo nyina mo nim no de eno no ye no kre but I'm coming to serve Mother Ghana nti mo ma konya na me serve omai no na me ye bibi a kire se me ye MPP ni a mo fa sa kwa we so na mo nyim mfiri ho na wa kle wo but we din
ebia ne mpanifo na atu ni fo so
yo ne futu bonni
una hu ni se
e futu bonni ye tufu a na so do adwena fa ho na so do ayo de obey
una hu ni se ye futu bonni ye ne mpanifo na atu ni fo so
e futu bonni mo kasa
ye ko
silence means
munye ko mewrade be ko amam
sa
munye ko
o se nyakopon o pe bibia fri nyamo ho no wan kasa o ye ko ma obey amam
o say Bible kro na so awo kan so be ka kire wo say ansa na wo nyankopon kra do be ba asase so no no nim de ehia wo
then there's no need for prayers man we no se ma konka then you don't need to pray se nyakopon nim se wo she o ye na yem o nim de obey dia then you don't need to pray somebody me boa me mo pay because nyakopon nim de obey ama onyina to sori na wada na wasori na wada na wasori sa men kasa anya me ho en kan ye ehia wo nkire no
because they hear on crony better or the be mount
na sanity
ai
na
party mutu say
SOMPA party mboko nyankopon da roma ye tiase from a boni bi na ebo fa wie me say obi hye nipa do na cold ni wanketin kiti ni ade me say weather na sesa me so metil Ghana me mfiri mu yi e bia take me kakra but etiefo de beche me say me voice no anko sene mo pe no na mo fa nche me adwuma no so e wo se ye ya anya enye yie yesi ye hwaye se gi owu any area intimi fa enante but yetimi anante de e ba beso
okay
nti bibia e boko party nso mu e kama one of the ohwe say the way opposition is here adwuma no a ama otimamfo sua nneoma bebre ye dictate general public no pa ye no nsema opposition e ka no you not like can someone free one okay but you feel it so you feel say the opposition can say economic figures cranny they can sama you feel it in your pocket nti opposition na ya match the ruling government pa year and they communicators crano I don't think say nipa no omayo obeba obey late because me no nam you go no nimpa boato krare. Oh yes, because the system now is can you on form.
Some people love to work because love of to exercising.
Love to work. Some people also love to be luxury.
One
papa can
okay, but what fro cars are not so. I mean, nanti kakra, maintain exercise.
Yo,
no just say I want you.
Me will not what that say. Will be a friend.
This man, what him in send if I see between Shiano now or nanti.
Or not any exercise, a regular thing or ye. A regular.
And here be the work and so.
Apart from say or no crowd or none for my oba say exercise. Or Bob Cadian. I had dear mom so beba abekasa. What are you talking about? Bob Cadian. Saying, "Sir, I'm at the corner, and I'm turning around. Corner was a hono turning. Ube not turning. Huh? Ghana na beka sa simu ya kire ya jaw ma wa she watade white today Ghana flag agu ko akwa. Nka udu abonti ho anu bi acho say masa corner na enu ani ya cho. But Ghana na ne wo no democracy na efe. Obi atimi kan de opebia na okọ. What I say? Say nye sa dia nka de esisi wa mama no zuwi. Ghana inka yenye exception o. Ghana dey require worse. But your democracy no. Em say ya ti ase yi. So what I say? Nti yenya o mu no mu presa ombewu.
Right. Ebe din komo na ngasa. Mr. Abdul Samad Nuruddin, good evening.
Good evening.
But na wo community say.
Oye, na on say.
Nyame adom enso me ho ye pa. Fugudiem say straight from wow. Anambwa.
Yes.
Eye kama papa. Where you sunwa de ni? Straight away from wow. Na PNC mo niam ati say.
Well, so you can't as a political party, they make us say, yeah, but the truth is that only me say me papa nyadi ekra o nyadi. You understand? Ne cause we PNC no nyadi say eshin crime. Whilst other political parties he try say we Nyarko nya be buman no. So we senior Nanado and the finance minister they are koshe corner ya says senior finance minister si kan asem no akwana de I think say who ball na wo ho be kire o kese a na wonya ball no kwana line no mu a na wo ma peg na fi we defend e de delay time kakra we nyina kire say say wo mo agi atum by altering this words no kire say wo mo agi atum say agi o mo nsem
Ajiomonsem now would be back because in himself for some time now, no president in ya kwenya bia Omagana 40 as you say, you need normal times, not necessarily about COVID-19, but actually say, Sika Semontu to yemu or mayimu asetinano, yen shada nimra emuyemuntino. That alone, no, and yet enough evidence to say, Wama jatum da so near man shada nye pepe said a year.
Na normal time, obey our normal time. Abra oya kwala na okasa nyina okasa te se oni Jesus Christ firstborn okasa na ode nyame tumi no eboboa wonu nyame nso ema hu se oya kwala. You understand? Normal time why na ne mirimu one face the problems are na face ya opese yembo yensem ma no se ampa problem aba nti yen sympathize with him
Nana faced a pandemic. He was battling COVID-19.
Right. You see, enuntina meribiano se o kasa te se nipa. Nkasa te se nyame na unim ne besi chena. Wo Ghana hana baumia can say how can a global phenomenon scapegoat d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso and only attack Ghana? Say okay. So they admitted at that time said there was a global phenomenon. And how can they escape all these countries and attack Ghana? At that time, no, nipa no, what so as a president, you know. At that time, nipa no so as a president, you know. Na ne what feeling they say thrown a nipa needy.
Okay.
You get it, and that indeed enye pandemic, global phenomenon. But that at that time, so now financial crunch. You understand? A lot of countries were going into recession. A lot of countries were going into recession, but one of the can say, to the extent say, or say if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you and whatever. I think say, you have no justification to say say, ODA bantino, yen sympathize with you. They came a time where Yaribi ba your friend Ebola. You understand?
Yeah.
What did Nana say that time? No, Nana can say, Mama ye lose Magana Herekara back, Magana for an Indini ye. Kwanya Mama Faso, Esuchire Nyamia ma Ebola and Beurahano. You understand? It is a plus. Now, where Joe Numa can we no airport, na dictate say COVID-19 Uraha. Or seriousness, and anything.
Okay.
The word job no more ma visa a woman cry friend to man awada afi a dear now or say boke or say nama friend to ma so new man or ya na indictment or more cancer na or more expose you or more. So I think that or more fire non to her. So like you were asking, that is how it is. And I believe say omakwashe kwana idea ombe delay pa den ya won release ball im omunje nkwashe no, but at the end of the day other say ball no baby awa kwashe a wa hye kwana no de ebe other say ebe kotura na ebe kokona ankasa momo atu asem nti yembo empire na enye nwanwa say o hwe the succession na your finance minister eya water presente the budget any ata the fita wa she aya wata she present budget yi nice.
Okay.
You understand? But see you waje to say sa atade na ya wo she no portray ne ya wo de to Ghana fu anim
like
atade fita no who say na wa who say na no de o she yi eno a aye fita enye fita
na e fita pa o
dabi suspect and he just way.
But anyway,
you understand? Intino. The thing is that one way tears here say Nyamankuyi, and that what say we are in a country of religion, both the Christian and the Muslimi. For Nyinajitum say the purity of Nyame is symbolized by white. Nti wa shata the fita bia say oye Roman father or whatever, and on a symbol actually say oye pure. Now, sa finance minister in a sa white Mamudi Kinky no. Yes, Kinky party. Sa finance minister ya sa white was a town hall meeting all over the country.
Yeah.
You understand? I can't say we are a dignified nation. We will never go to IMF. Whatever it is, we will never go to IMF. The consequences are there. We will never go to IMF. We are not people with short memory. What? Send me money in our white on what second you. Ghana for Njaji we saying.
Mira se first you na ye beba be hye nko na se Nyarko inside na I can Nuru Bacho me de special greetings from a senior journalist, Bremo Numrei, or ye morning show host for Radio BAR. Me boss, Tony Good, or se men can't say, O Tiemo Numrei, enti omamu good evening na mo nyire mo hona mo nsom mo man e wo SOMPA enti Tony good
other presenters team pa na message bi so ha presenter ba kon so morning show program on so wo tie yen
great great
yan koso ne yen adwuma
na
ne ho hyehye no o san ye adwuma foforo na adwuma na o ye no o brayi pa nti wo se me mmɔ ho yi ni petrol o me de be kire o ni petrol to mu enko yi kra because o ye adwuma kra bi o ni nyina akoto petrol
I no one can no crowd.
Oh, me say, bro.
One can one crowd.
Me say, make a one be free cash me fan to loudspeaker ni ti.
Debi no di onye.
Yo.
Onye. Ebi a so me nua me tie o bi crowd wa bi a wo tie o.
Mpa ya wo bo ani se nke na ye 7 December 2024.
Na nko akoto aba.
Me nua ba ko Commissioner of Oath or NIB njimu. Okay. Ono so oti, ono so send message sisi a. Timi nua me so ye da wase se wo so oti so.
Good. Senior good. Me so me ma good evening. Me me crew ni nyina no. E ma good evening.
Yeah, man, good evening.
Yes,
I think that still I hear people with dignity.
Yes.
Ne sa tema no. Say obe ensure say will pave way for the younger generation. Live by example. You understand? So we senior attorney ne contribution will ye more be more upbringing by way of the way you communicating. So we be walk free or buy kasa bia or can be. You understand? Just to ensure say we are blended that kind of he represent Ghana. Obeka Wala, Obeka Hausa, Obeka Sefikasa, Obeka Mono. I mean, that is all the atmosphere of the airwaves, you know.
Yeah, it will interest you to know, say, Menishia, yet me Kaseshi.
You get it?
Yeah, me coffee, so me Kwabondre. I am going to farm to read.
Tony, dear,
you get it. So,
seriously.
I think say wo papaya ye na nipa hu.
Yeah.
Ye hu so aye beka ho asem. Ye kan obi fele tenka wono na asem na ye kan. Yenka o ya ye beka. O ya ye beka nti ye bebo na aba so na ya e ha adwen. And say contribution ni nyina o mo make it to ensure say younger generation no be ba na ya live a very dignified and a very hopeful life, you know. Na binomonso e wonchen ya omo twitwa nipa nan achi. You understand? You know that say ebe man nipa no ne wish say wo man generation no atimi anya formidable future no atosini. But I tell you, say we have an asset in him that we should all come together and pray time without ceasing and I'm kind of saying to ensure say nyame e mano nkwa tintin na sa life no anyame de amano no still I won fa nyina say ne mba ne nua no na ye gidi say ye koduru ho a ye be kan no say ne ye te ha ye kai ni ye duru ho a ye be kai
okay ma ye nran komo na nka me pese MPP anam sini no ena be hye nkomo yase but wonya me kan yensa
ma se me kan want
obeba
ria o baba
ye ya for hesika samonto to yeso na watwe mfiti ase e joda no okomra hyebedwam se de mra hye no no ba bia sika ye je se ye de bo man no ho bra for the year 2023 ba bia ye use sika na koduro de aka de ye in the period no niema akoso nyina no okobu ho akonta in the mid year budget na ninkasa no na edoso ba ko abaye nkomodie pa ni so ose niema ahyase ye nkakra se na niema atie 2022 a na ye nyina ye gitum se ye nimere pamu ahokyera bankasa no ye betumi akase ahokyera no ye mfiri mu kra na so no ye hunu ahohane kakra ewo ya setena mu wokae no na wode na no kosi ye no ana edom kuma wo mra hyebedwam mu ba no dani yewra kesila to forcing kase eya no kre minister ahohare bia ne ahohan bia maaye afa mom kra na ahohia no ahokyere no obre no Ghana for FM saa pepepe na ti fom ha yi hefisa ne ye kai a 2022 ho ba bi no de na metallica ne kase pa ye anwa o mi ko akoto anwa duru osisi ane yasesa bo no mi to je na aba nsa na mabeto wo be ko akoto je na aba no na ebo na sesa enne ye bo no agina ho kakra aba fom nso kakra enti enye nokra se ye hunu ahare ye kakra eko 2022 ho no o kai se na fuel diesel no ne petrol no ehuri ya ma ekokika ko almost 24 cedis per liter enne yenim kura no enne nam 11 enne nam 12 enne nam 11 enne nam 12 ti enya ho hare ye kakra ne yehunu wo yasetena mu ana ai kema mesha nkomo yasemfiri wo ho
yo Nyarko uti ni style no me fe pa
me da se
amenchia minu ya samadi na menchia SOMPA etiefo nyina me fa akonya yiso menchia me party mpanyimfo e kandini His Excellency Ambassador Nyamiche Mafo papa ya chiao kin mi se wakoya adwuma waba ojojo ho o so ubeti ti yebekasa yi de o kase yemeka no yebeka ne saa pepepe Nyarko na me bana mitiu o se eno enye bad eno so enye better nti ubekasa yeden me ba so na mse mebusa no ade enye good eno so enye better nti yeden Which one money do? I was so money jina baby. And you good or bad? And now worse. Probably Ebiana you're worse off, but you're bad. And bad is bad. I dare you bad, no. You're fine your she. So the papa or why you don't go pick what is bad. The party ruling Ghana bad. Don't be bad. The economic management is bad, and the people ruling Ghana, they are bad. I see your question. We are turning around the corner, and I say we are turning at the corner. Into ujina tukurum now down wa ye. On say obre, yeah bre. But what I say, and to the finance minister Timuko Jira was a boy me na me wow. No be so aba. Ono anaba mu nipo. Former Chief Justice. Was we dey boy me na me ntwa uti. Boy me na me nkun. Why na be boy obi am na kun? Dabi. But what I say? Ya said ye say okay budget we are annual budget 12 months period na we read the budget ni we for the year na ko ne nim no matimi sesa nti akwanya ho se bosumi nsia achi no oba na obe meyehu de ekoso se oba giska ni bia ka ho ana se nia o ka se obaye no betimi aye na Nyarko se uwo sika bida baabia na ho chirewa ana ukose ukofa sika ni bi e de abetwitwa ho anamboa. So if you don't have the money, you don't go and even tell people say me we sika bida baabi nti me kwa kofa de aba bibi. Nti finance minister first MPP for any age say wo ba ero abeka so diska ni bi ka ho am ya ko spend o ka so diska ni bi ka ho akofa no we never na akofa no Udi sika ni nyina wo nya ni nyina age bosia en sika no so kra ma nti wo ka se wo ko pesika ni bia ko ka wa ko spend a wo ko fa no hefa enu nti no fa sika ni bia nka ho no onya akwanya ana nka akwanya wo se sika no ebi wo da ba bia nko ba ko fa ko bedi because mo ba ye na sika da ho na NDC stabilization fund heritage fund all the fund na sika gumu no omo ye budget a na omo de supplementary ba omo pese omo ko yi kodi but what I say and no more race I found no the mama da my this cartoon ni na more rem ase nyina die wie nti what the supplementary kwa him biu MPP be free power na Ghana ye fund ye kuta funds ye bia wo Bank of Ghana mo hweso no na sika bia nim so when you say Bank of Ghana they have recorded a loss of 60.8 billion in this kind of way ya de ka nti want me mama ka say ye o say ko first can be ababedi but what I say and now o hwe budget no be reduce ye nso a projections ye free be projections ye mesusu say
ke be ye sei
me kokumase me nante na akọ mesusu say enam yensa achi me duru kumase but what I say enam yensa me duru kumase na me koi a me kosonti ya me kokromoti ati a me nante anka me ko speed okay minti min ko sa speed no me ha be catch yourself ma sonti e wo kwam ti me nante no you say me lempe me toguso nti minti min fa 3 days no enko kumase na mum me de boso me ne be duru kumase nti wo hwe budget a finance minister be kan ye nyina wa hye na tade white a obedi tro akire yen omo se Ghana abe duru be ye duru yi no de wo kan nyina ne se be bia na nko de ye kodo ntimi fa ye nko wa sign na chi reverse gear wo ka jo mama na statement no make ye na nado danko akufu ado unim ka yi twisi na obi metre mo se da bi ka yi be bia wuti wunduru mu ka ne wa che bra na be nipa obe duru hu ahwehwe na nim support hold the baby obehu no waso every wo si da bi metwi na okofa ate wo de ate to so a still undrum now reverse now they will say because of the driving mirror bo can inside into no reverse nko na obehu na animu pa de unhu na wako unkon so da oso won kwa animu ne da reverse na na obeko ampa papa ya hwe nyame anim ene bon samati kopo edi akwa reserve sorry or the akwa reserve sa kwa shaminem any finance minister is testifying say the growth of our economy a project yes ye ko 3 something percent no ye ntimi nkonko duru ho enti wo de ya ba abedru 1 point something na 3 no anyi ye kwanka fa ye ko 2 1 eno kra no e say projection say ye bedru ho ana ye ndru ho no e boachi bidin. What kind of government is this? What kind of governance is this? When other neighboring countries projected 5% growth, 6% growth, 4% growth, no, ye projected 3 point something percent. And no one said catch say no crowd among way. Ya no way. Minim di ndru ho. Ntimateso. Me about 1.5%. I projected as to say be achieve and I achieve no. And so yasem. And now me ne wo kasa yi. So wo hwe ye inflation. Baby koduru ye. 54%. Ye battle ya nei. Ya benya no 42%. Finance minister ready budget no o projected 31%. Ya ndru ho. Enti ye shekona wa. Obi amia ye kon. Obi amia ye kon na ho. And omo negligence. And ye shekona wa ye ntimi mpiem. Enei Ghana Jomama tiso si Jomama ye reserve ye economic growth nye and so na ye reserves yet me sustain Ghana for 3 months and now me no ka say your reserves 0.8% endru 1 month inti yakoya na ye buy say ye koyenim asoman na a leader who obejina simpio so ka kire yen say there's that consequences of going to IMF. And we are a credible nation. We not go to IMF today, we not go to IMF tomorrow. Na ne ojina ho na ni mu asem na wo san be ka kire yen say we are at the corner, we are turning. Omo fi say sebi o ya ohuru yenim e de koyachi ana yenim what is happening. And now me no ka say Bank of Ghana oye me wo bank, the State Bank, the Bankers Bank, okay? COVID ba yi amman omo so ewo the same banks, okay? Omo hwe oman so no omo supporto aban no e ma se wote ho a etimo $600, etimo $1,000. Majority say fa to ho ne fa supporto was it because of COVID. Sankrofo no e record deficit a omo nim de omo disika ne yeye. So omo de boa timamufo nti timamufo beti omo asese say sika no de man o de sustaining yen. Nti say o deficit krada yen na o disika no hwe yen nti ye beti ase. Bank of Ghana dey no support to Ghana for. Dey no support to yen. Support omo de man ye Ghana ne say almost spending almost 32 billion on travels. Omo te hona. Ni baga kra na omo ye adwo Bank of Ghana na. Omo expenses. Na diwe Ghana ye finances. Enti enoma ekoso. Na wo hwe implementation of policies omo de ba. Emwa oman no. Ena me no ka say finance minister so omo ko issue treasury bonds. Do you know the essence of that? They are going to take money from the banks. And ne me no ka say you freeze employment with the exception of essential your friend is saying ministries are be health ni police ni other yes other employment here freeze. There's freeze on net employment. Enti unfa nipa no private sector there untimi ka so freeze employment ho because I am kran adwuma exactly. Enti die na be ma kran fo no omo adwuma no omo so timi afa nipa ama wo freeze na waye wo public sector no e be ma sa private sector fo no so ayeden afa nipa na wo mpese ofa obo no because anye bia no nipa ye adwuma e private sector bi nkwa feel better off than even the public sector. Meanwhile, private sector now make banks akwa jebosia they expand their business. You are competing with them at the bank. Okwa bank ni sika. And there's no way say a private sector now only public government compete in terms of loans. Abani beji loan no ja private sector no because we are talking about security say abani the odoka obetua. Be nei kura no atwa butu. Abani ne when that so say what you sika obetua no nei abani you sika wontua because unnecessary spending. President is flying in the air, perfect, spending monies that were supposed to be having used for capital expenditure, but returns the amount of money. Now you spend this kind on services. You get it? On services. Enti ena me no ka say near ye nyina ye dwen ho ne say Nana do danko Akufo-Addo Baumia Keofriata omase oman no they should go and go forever. And at the end of the day, consequences na your friend is saying Keofriata ka say we know the consequences of going to IMF. No? They have to face that consequences when they go on position. Enti ye nyina ye be ya dwen baako say say oban no akoduru ba bia me no mienu e future abedi Nana do danko Akufo-Addo eni ba umi ansem abedi Keofriata ansem abedi ministers na sebe eneyi ko bi obepono de obehu ni foreign currencies no abedi omo ansem. So do we have to sit down say omo de they should go on and reach themselves and their families. Na Ghana for do na yete ha ye hunu man no yan so fa. No. Obi catch them say, Sisi adapa asem e ba yi. Yen kote commission of inquiry. Yen say na me say ehun nya. Nipa na oba kote commission of inquiry, o dey final report ba kuma na obi you white people say blue people say green people no. Or no the care catch them I say oh yeah, lawyer and then the integrity she's going to be vindicated and those kind of things. He has cleared the woman already. And he me no can say wo commission of inquiry yen wo fie.
Medase.
But what I say na catch no busu afo say na dan kwaku fado eni ba umia eni omo maka no. O ma say o man no nti wo de obeye ne say Nyankopon ma won kwantenten. 2024 ye de empeku. Okay, it's not good, but 2024 ye cool na ebeye no eni se beto abeti o. Period.
Isaac Amponsa Bedu ye treasurer Bono region the ma NDC, the representative for New Patriotic Party ye Atabana Sam. O journey live on Facebook but Ryan say betumi akan. Okay, very well. Ebe kan amanfo adwenkyere on Facebook. Akwanya no ye miensa. Facebook SOMPA 98.9 FM, SOMPA FM, and now SOMPA TV Ghana. So, me kind from SOMPA FM, Akua Junior Tiero, shatter the whole Ghana, Akua and was say, may show my life for Asante Achime Central 2024 MP to be a Honorable Kofi Ofosun Kansan. Prince Anna Nen was say Ghana no a stand still. Also greetings to King Tida Adentia and Wawa. Kennedy Obeng was say good presentation from you. Bravo. Yusuf Salifun and was I always fancy this program. Samuel Techi or say I will think about Facebook Live. Now I heard Samuel Techi in the comments. It's so interesting. Our family Judy. Or saying, please, which corner are they talking about? I can see that the finance minister wants to feature Patapa in one corner song. In fact, we have to be serious in this country. When you put your hands in your pockets, you would know if you have turned the corner or the corner has turned you. Jenny live on Facebook, Samuel Techi. In the comments, you know, we a comment for the night. And I'll say, may you show my live from the way. Thank you very much. Or comments, you know, Embra live on Facebook, SOMPA 98.9 FM, and I say, SOMPA FM, or Abdo Samad Nuridin, Mamin Tuan Command so what from ho. Have we turned the corner? Or from Samuel Techi, the corner is rather turning us?
I think Samuel Techi can in the corner on a 10 year. And Nyarko, I think that it's about time, say, Ghana for very sincere to ourselves. Because Nyarko in a border, NDC in frame, MPP in frame, PNC in frame, Obia or Ghana Hebiano, Nyarko or Ghana ha, a can be. And I think that it's about time, say, O Papa Timia, dear. When Inji who to me show Papa name cause Papa me no nya adwen say wa ban kura so na wo tu ana more edi unya na dwindle the fortunes of the party ewo impending elections are dem animu a me gidi say wo sorry na o ma omote wo ne na omo science se nuama yi a ebitimi aboa yi nyina because we mfa ho ne political party a wo say the intent of Obi our former political party is to win elections. You understand? We winning so once we want a pabia or feel say we be the beba na abua mine. But say amamu no nyame the show nsam na wan kasa no nuema binti on ti nuema bi ase onso pese obe ma nipa nso a kire okwan no a ebeboa yi nyina no I think say see bi na ya ye be wuram in a sense says see duru say kwana no na ye duru to the extent say ya be ready budget of which I mean say eno asem na wo say ye nkan ya ready budget so wo hwe the budget reading from time when Anabaya as president, Bepem Nanu Dia or Muridia. Say there hasn't been anything Omutimi can see P ewo omo budget to mua etimi eba into fruition. Neya regular omo budget mu any salaries are mutual workers and the omun faili. You understand? Quite apart from that, Boshe be brave or ewomua. Difficult. Say, Sikano so I ever budget for no nini na ba or mujitum so say ba, but near be no more or more outline say a ba ye de see in no ebe we no na Sikana ba my diabro so abe just supplementary budget a diabro so na say no man ye. I think say a warrior e see nyina de adwen baso na ye tu sa na mo yi. So hwe Nanado government in totality. They claim that they've chalked success in 2017, 18, 19. Me can say success or more chalky or more claim it to be part of or more success, you know. Yeah, because of the foundation that was laid by whoever hesitated the post for you to take over.
Oh, okay.
Seriously. And the true test, and they say even a company say, "Oh, set up company." Na se company no betimi ejina na a XLA. Man 3 years. Say it me jina the 9 so 3 years. Every 3 years no e kono. No be who say omo de nuama to year ebe perpetuate the lifespan of sa company no. Ana anida so ni ho ebegu. Nti se wo hwe mama eziti ya nana ebe fa ayi company no a ye frɛ Ghana no. Foundation na mama lay ya no. Wojina so de no ye. You understand? Ekopem say afei nipa no a wo free wa obegina so no ne foundation no sika na wo pe to ho no a wo feel say ebe wo hoda no wadia koduru ba bi a yese wa ankasa nso wo pe sika eka ho na etimi edi dwuma a yese wodi hona nyame ye omo adomo a yese covid aba nyame ye omo adomo a Ukraine for nso tututu omo say Ukraine ne Russia or say whatever ndi se abrabon so no se mmiri bia no a utua na mo na problem e be ba wa na mo tuo mu na wonya excuse mmiri bia problem be bia wonya ba bi de hye no o failure eye closer to you than home mframakra ye twen home yi because onye prepared say obeji atum say ma fumble mombo me na men sorry na kwan no me fa he na eko any there and besides that mmiri bia nso a obeye wa adwen wa abrabo yi mu se odie onim nyansa chen nyame abode nyina no one we gimi ewe nipa asitinam
okay.
You understand? Akwe say bibia kwan bia obi be kire bia no hey o de unnim hwe kwan bia obi be kire bia unnim hwe because problems are nam so a akoba say eba na say obi kwa IMF kra wonnim ne wo ye levy ebe solve ye problems nyina any ade nyina no nipa binum raise concerns about the way no yesi spend ye spend sika wa Ghana ha travels and a lot of things unnecessary expenditures being no more avoidable. People started raising alarm say ni nneema si iko na ebe kwa ko wie sei na mo say levy be solve problem ni nyina Ghana for nso sabi ya dwen wo fom nti no mo daada say ye ko ye gi levy to ma ye nko IMF abra mu ni mu nso say levy no enye justification say prevent say be ko IMF ya pass you at a defeater o equity Bible quotations o we will never go to IMF o nti all the time na ya na me bisa say hwe njina so ben na nyame e de be judge atemuda
but Mr. Samanuri di wuji di say levy target I set ye say ye benya no every year no ye dru ho a enka ye be kwa
de bi nti nka wo ya na edu stage bi a me bisa me ho say hwan nom na ya o mo fa adwen ma government ye implement because guy wo obi bottom there unti mim fan ye o budget ensusu say obenya dudu o sei aba ndi sa adwen no na odi aba de a say ne abetu a ne atu yi na beto because say wadwen koye o say telecos no yeah feasibility studies ye who say ebia bosomi. Meanwhile you are not controlling the pockets of omo sikano ewo omo ho no omo pa no omo de ma you understand nti enokro anye justification say o san esan unnim fere na o san be ka kire ye say na ne na me project ye no mensan nkanti enu nti na me call IMF nti o projection ne dien nti wan anticipate se ne wo ye no bia be ba be wie se ne abe wie ne be wie ana nti se wo ye obi now ye leader now take decision for the masses now only guided by the negatives of any decision you take now they only the positives are I think say nneema bi say na beba because all the time no obe think about the positive now we say attaining negative now ye bisa questions like we are asking. In Ghana for one, so it do stage be when we are asking some of these questions, not people worried say almost more projecting na yeah we into ESM. There be the one to hono at least enya ona nimde ni nyina akuta wo de but you should say obe take decision however difficult Ghana for obe fam no obe take decision I bet me aboaye but say e ba na say we take decision na be wie say o target no a wode ma ya engine so a o share ye bo no anku wie sa o engine so ne sen a o de share bo no a on anticipate say bo share de onyanyame the likelihood say bit me attain here high sa nuema ya mba wa adwemu a na o share na ye ba ne say ya em say o can be bia ye mfa o say besides that I think that as a country we should be very vigilant the way we sort of read our budget. So we share budget here you read here. One corner adeba akwa mesan hu say e ha adwen e no so untimi ya abra won ko one corner sanitary pad.
Okay.
Speaker of Parliament kra kan ho asem say wodi hu yaw.
You unfair say
ye wodi hu yaw. Say obi be go through nneema enya wono an create man ho. Eyen shese oye busumi bia na unnim wa bia de boa no wa cut head abekate sanitary pad nti tema ben na owo nti hope ben na nipa ese we nipa nyama nde aye kasa yi you understand what really hope nipa ese wonya because the essence of say oye candifo is to relieve the vulnerable. Vulnerable no money unkofo say wa haircut and now mechanism all the vulnerables pensioners also haircut one haircut omo pensioners haircut minority raise red flag debi almost den ebe ne ya eye me ya na say miri bia bibi ebedi government yinya no eya omo yi ni asutire ba homaso ene true no nti ama wontie ebeye problem so ana akaye nyina agu you understand nti no I think that waka say ne projects nyina no ne waka ne nyina no de menye so say oforiata be project say wobeye sei man mi nuru maka say dabi mi wo anidaso ana mi wo gidie say obetimi obi a wakuta Bible aka say we will never go to IMF or say wo call ya wo say yembo yensem ma no you understand obi a wo project is a 2.something% e wo growth na 1.5 kura enso esan ya asem you understand san nweman nyina no obi a waka say we are not people with short memory. You understand? And there were jitum say we are people of short memory now. And all these things are things you've said. And also a justification my say yetimi interrogate na who say ne wa kana no utimi ye. Okay. Vis-a-vis ne wo kan dey. Say eba na say ye hwem na who say ampa na no de no kan no ye de a. And ye were shemu say ne wo kan ye. Obetimi aye. But se wo be kan sa ansemu ya na no atade no wan hye na wa fa atade a hye say pink white bi no de wan kasa woni gidie wo mu
me da say
you understand aha nti medibesi ha
Meda so Rado Samad Nuruddin.
Na atanso.
PNC secretary. Ewo ye Bono region. How would join your live on Facebook? Na ode messages no at your live video no as na fe ya can kind am ata so mic no wo homa me da say good evening.
Evening no ba.
Na empomunity saying
Oba Nyarko nyame na dom no mpaibo.
Ye de Nyankopon wase. Ye de Nyankopon wase. Say party mu nso ye bokọ de.
Onyankopon na dom. Party mu ye bokọ. Tukwa bia ni MPP mu party mojo. Na mamenchia ofia ya Nyarko yeshia ya che.
Papa
producer na menchia.
Acheyi.
Samet ene
Ike.
Nedie mahuze supporter Samet enjoy free Ike na phenomenal.
Omu nyina wo opposition.
Meka me chirel.
So
you say no edge on. Yeah, that's right. Do you understand? But we will set the records. No, it wouldn't matter. We will set the record straight.
So
Mamincha me party chair kwamba for Abronoma Commander 1. Menchia ferry and organizer and so na menchia party penning for Gabi communications director menchia Kofi Boateng and general secretary. Maminchia callers both MPP and DC callers. Minim so muti ebre. Sabre. Unim. He who comes to equity must come with clean hands. What the hell? No, listen. That is it. We have to make inference. But I'm making inference relating it to the Samet Kanye. Samet said he doesn't see light at the end of the tunnel. Praise and as one acknowledging appreciate the finance minister in any sense because the fundamentals were laid before say MPP ever. Like seriously. This is the budget review of NDC 2020, Macapture 2015 and 2016.
Okay.
So if they had laid the grounds, let's see whether indeed indicators naturally say we were on the path of recovery. Sanye MPP nebaya.
2015,
2015 there, Macapture and Macapture 2016 there.
Okay.
Because he made the point in support of the way. So I can say, you buy a yard for downplaying the import, the essence, the impact of COVID-19 and
Sasa Munya, you know.
You see, also he's running from for what? For me to establish a point.
Nuru say,
I have.
Nuru say, Samose Manya Sasa Sibia, a foundation NDC lay. Good. Is that not what you said?
That is it.
Very well.
That is it. You see,
I understand. The 2017 budget that you that was read was not read by MPP government. It was read by NDC and the left office.
No, it was read up to. You read the 2016 budget into the first quarter.
I understand.
The 3 months of 2017 because you wouldn't have say over retaining power and I say you lose power.
Yeah.
So we came with a budget proper. We came with a budget proper. Let that point be made. Let me go forward. Academic exercise theoretical and then theoretical review and assertion will not spearhead this conversation. Media NDC or can you say nanado baumia buying or the sumo bomb so ya de ana dia na baumia ye as dia na finance minister ye exceptional unim media budget review by Seteke 2015 there no they grew the economy by 4.9%.
Okay.
4.9% to 2015.
Okay.
Industrial sector grew by 1.1%. Agri sector grew by 2.8%. Total expenditure $17.6 million out of a targeted $18.4 million. That means they spend more than they had projected. And it will be a plus for them. Budget deficit 2.5% of GDP compared to a targeted 2.2. Meaning there was a shortfall of 0.3. NDC no.
Okay.
Let's do it 2016. Budget deficit 2.5% of GDP. Good. Let me give you that of 2016.
Okay.
Ghana economy grew by 4.9. Again, no, they maintained that 4.9.
Okay.
In the first quarter of 2016, as compared to the 4.5, the public debt has increased from 72% at the end of 2015 to 63% at the end of May 2016. The price of crude oil, government needed Parliament to approve a supplementary budget. A parliamentary budget of 1.8 billion Ghana cedi for various policies for the rest of 2016. Ghana economy in transition from a low income status to a middle income status. Government has completed the single spine and also government plan to set up Apex institution. Ghana public debt has increased from 72% to 84. Ghana industry declined by 1.1% till 2016 it grew by 1 point, but in 2016 it declined by 1.1%. Not just when they made the gain, again the gains were eroded by their own dealings, And you industry 2015 you grew this industry by 1.1%. In 2016 it fell back to again 1.1. And this is for the Omutimi no. The agriculture sector grew by 2.8 again. Maintaining that way. No, they didn't grow it by any stretch of even not a point. It is a 2016 they came media budget review seeking the Parliament should allow them spend 1.8 billion. So they are able to effect their policies and program. These policies and program going to 2016, Mosan by esa media review. Ya about to have Mosan by ebe peska. Mumbisa say MPP. Is that what we did? This way the expectation of the NDC say as with them no say be taxes here review na be bano. We would have imposed new taxes. That didn't materialize. There was no manifestation of that intent. And secondly, but parliamentary budgetary supplements. Your man be pay supplementary budget. Your man be pay ska. Meaning, se member can budget, not se man be pay ska there. It means say my indicators are on track. My projection, dear me shall see, dear me tutu ye, dear me need say minye ska dia bo man ho brano, me need ho say men sabeka. And me be pay ska bianca ho. These are simple facts. You cannot deny dispute this on the face value.
No, but atanso over to me, obinso to me, I can say there is nothing there for you to seek for.
Why?
Already no.
Listen, when
already no work or IMF. I won't check a crowd or Ghana for Sunti. If you come to request another money, a Ghana for Quebec say Ebe.
Why would they say Ebe? When NDC was requesting for these monies, and this is not the first time, we have also requested for monies before, isn't it?
Yes.
But and to say this time you requested there, it means say we are trying to walk ourselves the tightrope. We are trying to make sure, say, our revenue will match our expenditure. You bet me review your expenditure. As your priorities area, and we are not coming to burden Ghanaians for any extra cost, any extra money. If you cannot be grateful, if you cannot appreciate the finance minister, so I shall white, so I shall pink, so I shall blue, I think that is immaterial. What is of relevance here, prominence for which we can speak to, is the fact say the obeka etisa na say entisa. Was he a funny pedrum? Never cost a funny pedrum. That wouldn't have been the scenario in 2016 and 2015 and 2016. Aye nim say eduma ho be ye den wo ma mu ha.
Ana na ye koye nim from 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 23 we still refer to 2015, 2016.
No, we are not.
They were not doing better.
We are not.
Then we voted against them.
Good. And then there was this clear gap. There was this dichotomy clearly established between the MPP and NDC. And the fact favors MPP. Yeah, by 2017, mo ka say scanning mamu John mama political platform ka say scaben e be free SHS meaning debio if really you want to hold on to your assertion say ya me hwe because mo ba mu jaye mama na no any futu scale dem ne bribe me dey abon e ka say it will be very impossible, practically impossible for Nanado to roll out a free SHS, but we told them say indeed we had the men and we still have the men. 2017 Nanado 2017 no run free SHS policy. Such a capital intensive project, no. Yeah, in 2017. 2017, look at the microeconomic and then the macroeconomic indicators.
Don't you also think, sir? They know what I can patch on Mr. They know what much shall to want in a mobile, no. Mutumi enrollee free senior high school.
Good. That is where again knowledge and wisdom separates the NDC. Is the benchmark. NDC most time ko IMF meboa. Most flew on a buy. No, most went to IMF. Most time you were IMF.
Mahama administration.
The most Sankasa time.
2009. No, most they so free mu 24 July
2012 no free mu meboa. Yeah, 2012 no free mu.
Yes, 2012.
Good. We had a program there, and then we have a program in 2015. And to say economics say you can't say if the men were there.
2015
if the men were there. If the men were there, Katama transition by and come with me on moto to ya komun kobium. And it is not just a fluke for us to be saying say 2017, 2018, 2019 as an emerged economy in Africa, Ghana. Your GDP averagely we're growing this GDP by 7.8%. And Domama, you see, yeah, men person be yan some na kwa say binu adwen keto afo bi ba mre bi atwa mu. Say Ghana in 2011 say your economy grew by 14.5%, the fastest growing economy. You beat China. Enti Akua de Abronoma wo oba Akua school. What me support no? Why in classes will fear what pe teacher for man what boka. I'm about Akua di first. I was school mu. Efia na say wo na oda so ti wo oda so to wo hwe oba. Say teacher, say teacher, so teacher. Exams ne by na say oba we free first wo akoto so 20th and 21st nkora no so ya 30 ya. How would you feel? Na economy 14.5 ye beat China for ama capture ahirari on all networks including CNN, Al Jazeera say Ghana ye beat China. 2011 14.5 no emerging economy. How do you Ghana economy? What do you share before no sir what do you share
I am only asking sir. Yes.
What do you share? Not say your mama e free abamu no 4.5 no kwa wanya ya horo or about 3.4 sa your mama we na edi no ho komo excellency.
No, we are not talking about former president John Mahama here. We are talking about say ya turn corner no.
It is the man who say it is the man who say when more dintiam for no mra. It is the call by say Ike Otia say Nanado nyadi enti yamfa wemra. Nanado even under COVID this quarter we've grown the economy by 4.8. What are we talking about? Even when we are when under COVID. You grew the economy by 4.8. Go and check last year. Ending last year the year ending 2022 December. You see, if you people cited low price of if you people cited the falling price of oil to be the reason why we're seeking 1.8 billion, now what we unim say oil prices are follow. Anything at this budget, and the Prime Minister made it clear say, most of our revenue from non-oil, you can't say no oil sector now anti they require dividend expected revenue no, but we earn a lot from the non-oil side. Product meaning say nyama bi ankoto you just have to shuffle the cards. So you don't come here. I think say we are Ghana form one say MPP abanya say this time round they didn't impose any they didn't come with new tax. They didn't again come to ask for supplementary budget. But they are saying say with kakrana omanya no they'll be vigilant. Finance minister and kind will say skabia eba man mu be a free baby ano. Omo money adaho no motimi is cano na dudromu no motimi abo omano akohoma. This is what I think every responsible government will call and yearn for. Near this polemic position by the NDC trying to muddy the waters and make it appear say your mama now more Brandon and then ban your mama for hell no. So your mama in a catcher ye woman mabuna we school or munya masonya magician or purge mama. See you to organize it, you can't say strike nationwide now. What you know, New York no catch almost say he has developed the dead goat syndrome. Ain't you know, or who strike anti waiting no nano. Do you understand? Let's situate it in context and say, Massa IPP contract, energy contract. I'm an abeyeka albatross wa ban we komu. Yeah, that's what Piazza can. You still have that moral gut to mount that moral horse and then impugn negative thought and fame in the conduct of this government. It is highly unfair.
May I say Atabana Sam for the New Patriotic Party who joining a live on Facebook but SOMPA 98.9 FM SOMPA 98.9 FM na fa wo comment no eto your live video na say na yenkinkan fama wonim say na wotwe ye womu no His Excellency Nana Danko Akufo-Addo cut sword for the construction of 8,000 affordable housing units ewo enkrimantem ho baabi na minority awo parliament de kasafa saade no na ebinum o kire se ade no wanfa mefamra hyebedwam anfa wo munsase no mu hu the value of the project no na bi sukura give say project na bi wo hodada asoglidie yenya wie ye just won ka ye saka bia ni ye wie ni ye hu si dodo se ni ye wie ni ye koye nimu na ye wie bi sabi enwan yi a ye ka wo mu egu mu wo munya ni di mafie nya sa bia foforo so ka akokogum we ne nkomo a eba ye fa saa affordable housing project hu nuru ma mention ase wo ho fa saa nkomo hu.
All right, thank you. I think that ese yempinyim 40 as yes Ghana sika no nye obi abotom sika na waye wa yusu sika no se ne wo no sipe em say obia anamotu should be geared towards taking a decision that ebeye beneficial to all Ghanaians. Besides that, I am say mpempi no na these two political parties are Fourth Republic or mabedi Ghana animu no. 90% of my decisions are taking no geared towards only pleasing the political advantage on Benya. Not that decision geared towards ensuring say Ghana for ebenya relief omo asetinam. Niti America say say affordable housing and semwa governments are banyina to anamose ombeye bibi. You understand? So former President Kufuor A2 sana mono. Mels ne mama 2 sana mono. Nana A2 sana mono. But omwa me bo 3 people are mobile former President Kufuor mama ne prof ene nana. Enye bi esika eno di 2 sana mono. Na di enti na all the time no ekobase regime we ba no wo take move. Na hu say ye good mover. Ensure say in order say be a minor say sika bebre no yen wie saa de no emma the target group no a ye dia boy ho say omo na ye ma omo we oni enti a nipa bebre wo problem with former president Kufuor de no a wo de bae was that when Professor Mills came na survey findings a omo ye kire say those for the vulnerable. But he later came out to say, "Omwa omudi da sa facility ne so no. No munyina your officials are oma serve government pen." You understand? Nti are you to put it or renovate it or complete it for sa nipa no a where outside the vulnerable bracket no ana den. Omunjina so no a omo anto aso. But to me enye strong enough for them to reject that because ownership and esen kamohwe there be o baby a waduri wo betima asi ofia na wo ofie dinti na ye ya de average gap bi na wo san beji aboso. You understand? Na me nsusu ye say yes, let them denounce their ownership and give it to the vulnerable, of which our more target are or they are. Mama aba, any prof aba, omonso abeye omodie. Nde, omo leaders are 200 million project no. Binum abaye say financial loss, binum jina court. You understand? Nde, also obe kate sword, wa kate sword, obe starte. Knowing very well, say, we and send away free government. Because our project, you know, and 1 year, Juma. You understand? Until you buy, you know, the beginning of your second term, no, in a beer or start here. Now, name say by somewhere 2024, no a beer. Now we are we. Then, not what distribute. Ewo umirim ansana a beer. Ansana a beer. What free so. But say, o de maybe omo friend is saying dey no mo de boss form no aso ekọ form say all start sa ayi no nde. I mean it means say financially yen say the ni kwan a ye fa so say sika I say ye katikati nipa head ni nyina san ye da boro so say kwan a ye be fa so asisika no eno na ye priority. And I me can say na me the passion you can. Ninti ya mechanics won't say I enumerated a lot of issues about mama regime ni ade. You understand? Time one nanado started say world leading revolution to ensure say ya ba democracy muno. A champion num regime no nyina no. Na omo amoye politics mama num nyina no. Na omo ye nkwala omo nana inspiration to them. You understand? Nti sa nkrofo no nyina sa mere no ne anamo amututu ye no nyina no a. You understand? Omu di na na chi say yen free military rule, emba civilian rule ya ba civilian ni. Nde amamwe a ye wo mu nde. As compared to ne na wonu original wo ko ho ntokwa no. Mudi he ne ye. You get it? Nti obehu say omo ana oye inspiration to them omo omo role model no nde performance nana put it up on the government mu no they have regretted it all because some mistakes here making former president Kufuor dey ya mama mo ambeye you understand o dey fan say yi mama abeye nti but you are an exceptional person Oh yes, taller than we politicians are more between you know. What are you doing to set a new pace? That is my argument. Nti se also ba na obe tu sa na mo no amutu ya. Enam so aye ware se mu se wo na obe ba be sesa the political landscape of Ghana. Now also obe ye worse than that. Because me di kra me de man na do na abamu na mamu unprecedented.
Unprecedented.
BBI unprecedented. Borrowing unprecedented. Inflation unprecedented. Economy BBI unprecedented. Near what general numwa enam so Ghana for nya kondo se papa yi obetimi aya de palma ye no wa ya broso say baumia what a solid economic management team otimi kan biem sanwe man nyina no ye nipa o na se ho de nyame abodie nyame tumi nyame qualities bobo as ordinary man posterity will judge you ambini nti mesre atamo say look baby ya duri omunjai Hillel man ne Rollins mo ne mama no mo nsem omuntimi ye nti na ye de obaye nti say ba say all the time ne omo aye san ye justification ma now the relieve ho a masa o manipa ewre ho o ma nipa bebre anu omo ho e wa anamo a omutu ya omoko gina awiam ede sa ahondin we hye mu nsam ebe wie se obi ada ne bala e wo Ghana o ma twa obi ati ye nyina yes o ma cut your head
me da se meko ataho ansa na ma bewie wo ho ai Banasam yes sir 8,000 affordable housing units.
Yeah, we'll see the difference between this particular project MPP embarking on and that of the NDC are buying so
Okay.
The approach the parties involved, government commitment, and that of the contractors, you know, anything. This project, NDC 4D, you know, I understand the lamentation of Summit, but then I'll make this point clear. Any one similar project. Yeah, dear way, ye free swa in this bar, he used to mean contract BM. Yeah, dear no, I buy stake, I woman to provide the land. And a be ancillary facilities, be to say be a lights and ensue. There could be no private individuals now contract a mom budget dynasty. It isn't same for the NDC projects. That is where we should be looking at it. And to say 8,000 affordable houses are buying peso see opokwasi. It is never like that of the NDC. Yeah, then you basic that project. NDC bar ultimately cancels our project you or better waso. NDC bar only choice we are say or better project is not him. You NDC day. Project here cover about 200 million CADC. Minister at na ne office a review project no 5,000 rather. Minister review at about 2,000. Minister no directors. The directors are the work and housing ministry no and so review contract no at about 1,500. At the end, then we see less than 1,500. But then they have spent almost every of the 2 million. Do you understand? And this is what we are talking about. Say the dynamics are not same. Now we are unable to continue with the NDC project because one, I buy any former minister no, and some former employees of the work and housing ministry no, ever court us the same way omutu wana mo. And I buy say obe inject over $140 million again just to complete this project. And you know, why not commit yourself to a new project while we look at this one? When so a banker say Ojayo, okay, nanado ni statement na or say omu jawe no ama omo pe credible ana Omusika mekanisa individuals mefa fie no complete fie no na afie ton fie no emayen. That is now government approach because they cannot be injecting money into projects say hope challenges na adults be pokra can be asem work court enti say ye pe kwan no yemfa ma private individual because e benya bi no mo briska ba be project na say dan na efe omu complete dan na omu mo beton dan no wow pe bia no bekwa akoto no mo recoup omu sika na de yenso ye de no yenso yense aka. I think this is a fair deal. When now obanya say you inject ye ne akotam sika pudo bi de amom se munkosi 8,000 affordable houses. No ye ne safo na contract ye mamo asase ye beboa mu nsuo ne nkane de akanya se mbesi dan na mayen enti say ye MPP aban free aban mu nne na say NDC ne beba just say be NDC ya ban be I wouldn't know even how he will be able to close in on the rules of engagement and abandon this project. Ube pam contractors na ube pam omo aye no omo si dan na eye agreement ye no omo nya say mun si dan maye na mon ton dan na maye enti na NDC for no amanfo etiefo timamfo nti ase say enye say project bi koso na do buy we twa abo so project na manso e wo ho yanso yentiment na ase amanfo hia dan akwakwada mu ana de NDC for so ka so mo ye ne dodo an kro mo ntimi ansi kakra bi so mo si o mo ansi anwie ana eno nso no nsem bebre o se yehwehwe mu nkrata hwehwe mu na ede nsem bebre ya ba o enti no bra ye nhwehwe mu aban se ono de court nsem no kran de o twa abo na de o ye no se o pe individual private individuals bi o mo de mo sika ba be wura sa dan na segleme houses no na afei oma complete projects no at their own cost na oma ton na the state ye ka ya bo no omo de ye chefe wo mama ye na afei oma fa omo nso omo sika omo chefe wo mu but we na ye ba be si na ye MPP na di animu na nado no ba mu aban edi animu a yakwa akonya no de ente sa ye mo masase munsi dan no muti bia monton dan no
okay
ye dan ne ye pe dan ma manfo atenam Ghana for de omo dan so omo nya ba bi ada eno bi na ye pe am omo no I don't know why I keep so peeved and so worked out on this nice nationalistic agenda.
One of your listeners on Facebook will say, the worry power say, and chair President Kati sought for the construction of the National Cathedral. Or Magana for you know, say, young for my sika and ebeye. I feel ye tia query, no, now for my sika bamubi. And yes,
let us be candid with what the president said. Let us not approbate and reprobate when it seems our climate of opinion. The president can say, yeah, our budget say we will donate a seed money to that project. Government will donate or give a seed money to that project.
The government is sika.
Government sika. Nana never said he would draw money from his pocket, but then the state will provide a seed money. It is in the budget that was read. Seed money amount forecast volume of the seed money in a song. We can debate that, but Abayanka said it is not. It as it may any government project. As it stands, any government project. The cathedral is not government project. It is not government project. It is not government that is financing the project. Yenjin tumu, and ya buying a financing that project. Sorry. Kua would be a finances that project. But as government are committing on you can speak to the morality or otherwise of government commitment towards that project. It might be in line with your faith or otherwise. But buying the kind of budget, we say we will give a seed money towards that project. And indeed, 200 million has been committed to that project. You can speak of maybe say, but then let us also tell the stories to say project no so abana so aka make so amam sponsors no na mo epeska ba beto project no so let us get it straight. It is not about this housing project. Yeah dey different from NDC4 they abana the kobo obosia aye bi besi here entina director bi ten office o say dey be 2000 no kra dawson me dey ba 1005 na Ghana for hia dan sa NDC penso yeah yes dey be entisa
Atabana some
Masa.
The affordable housing unit.
Okay, said the worship baby or open.
How?
Nancy, okay, I just say it is too sweet to hear. But you are not saying anything.
That's the reality.
What is the reality?
That it is not government.
What is the reality?
8,000 houses now.
The reality is what we are seeing. Banasama Kasana or Noakrano, meaning baby was 2011. The economic growth. So who are you talking about?
No, he was saying the late former president Etie Jaso to me Ghana economy grow could do about 14% near Chino. Former President Mahama Ebayeno. No,
Mahama was part of the governance.
Yes,
he was part of the 2020. He was even the head of the economic management team.
No, he was the head of the economic management team.
It is not true. The man was never. No,
Meba. He said,
but he was what?
Part of the government.
He was what? Who was the head? Who was the head? I'm asking you, who was the head?
Former finance minister.
Just
no. Let us admit that he was part of the Mamu.
No, Master, he was the head of the economic.
So you're part of the Mamu.
Look at you. Oh, Master, stop what you are saying. He was the head of the economic management team, and he was the vice president.
Mr. Meba, dear woman is saying, say ye can, obete. J.J. Rawlings, so and so are buying. For the late Aliu Mahama, Afei Mahama Mills, Nanado Baumia, 18 so Okahua. It was say former President Mahama so from 14%. Emmanuel form. That's what he was saying.
A bar form, good. But yeah, Bekono. Okay? NDC be free so 2016. Now, yang economic growth. Saying okay any economic growth saying aka 1 year no more free your friends akonya so budget deficit okay now it was your friend is saying 6.1%. Your budget deficit your budget ni nyina wi sika ye ko pedia be supplement ye sika ye wo ni etimi implement ye adwuma ye no ye pese ye no ni ye wa ko pe only 6.1% from outside and they be count and nam say sika momodi any sika mun nyamfa nya adwuma no your budget deficit is 15.7%. Okay, economic downturn na e koso no am say manasam nya hu ye. You are saying say who presume say finance minister begina ho one request for any money. And I make a say when your indicators are going negative, where are you going to request the money to inject? Well, projections say me person me projected in the positive direction. You are not going to that positive direction. You are going negative direction. Where are you going to take the money to? Overall economic growth, okay, reaching 3%. You are reaching 1.5%. Where are you going to take the money to? You are not achieving anything. When you what the tell now why? You get it? And you cannot compare yourself to NDC, Masa. You cannot. Ye free abamu na baby the economy na jina no. Na so resilient say enya ye abaya amamu ebu ya. Nka COVID hit ye no. Okay? Nka Ghana nkibe wu. Kibe su. Because ena me no ka say ye net international reserves. Ye sika ye ka edo amanone. Ene ye ka ye de. Ye titi free mu a de beka no. Entimi nhwe ye bosome baako. And you want to boast yourself with this? Mobeto economic reserves na 3 point something percent no. Yet me share ho be 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. And say BBC emergency BC 2 weeks client mindi. Yamo yesema. You are disgrace to Mother Ghana. You are disgrace to Mother Ghana and the generation to come. Tell me, say stabilization fund, heritage fund, okay, all the fund that you go on. Catch them say how much have you left in that coffers? You have derailed the account. Nothing. There's nothing inside. Bank of Ghana. Our ye bank and say Bank of Ghana nyesika no nyam fasoa. Ye the sika no fasoa no to consolidated fund. Ne transfer the court district assembly no. Ne da yem puntu djuma. Bank of Ghana say yen ye de ka o de ka to wo hwemenim. 60 point something billion Ghana cedis. Waboka. Unprecedented ABC da. But even NIB, Ghana for a bank back with NIB. When Timmy publishing account me who coward because the batum say gan you. A game a woo. Oh, you advert be on me who spirit was a game a woo. More baba your money. Okay? Until you don't even have to talk about MDC. Do what you said, say you have the men you are coming to do. And into now, Methodist, your friend is saying, is it Presbyterian moderator? Or say you have the men, moderator. Yes, but you don't have the mind. Nyan sign the boom, na you catch them on. So I say, more IMF. Or say, you IMF, you need a drink Nyan sign the boom. Oko IMF, the answer, we need Nyan sign the boom. Munyan sign the boom, Munibi. Munim, the answer crack out. Monsen nya hombrasia ye san de jimfon so tum so ho ntimo de kon de ekosui ye mo yensa mawo bana sam misro obetena ha eya hun se ganafo omutie sompa no munim de ekoso e wo man num se mo fa ban no mo de jaadwo na mo gye aman bi no mo a omundu covid eni ade na mo kura covid no kura na mo ka ho asem no moji covid levy ya be si ne ya covid anyway moji What the baller tax and some baller me.
Fast forward to the affordable.
You get it? Ain't it? The more you know, dear. When he say Ghana for have learned better. Okay? Omunim amamua eba omafo hoto anya hwe kura no okwa okoton ye beto oton ye beto. Okay? Now, ehwehwe nimu ade ye na aban we woye. Yes.
Any affordable housing unit.
Ehwehwe nimu.
Ni hwehwe nimu ne sai.
Obia be ye bi ntimi so me be ye bi. Kese dwomama ba ye no. Ha? Aye ya affordable house no. Omo so pe bi aka. Say you say aye affordable house. But what I say? So I give you an inquisition. Many until you be just to claim name. She Sanya Brony Beya. Can another dunk a kufu ado neighbor umia. What's the work of first cassin and the 9? What to be that? What to be that? But as a minimum, be also economists free.
No, but the
cost. If you're going to sell that house, the cost of that house will include the land. The cost of the land is part of the cost, total cost of a diner also. Why are you costing the land as part of the main cost of the project? I didn't hear. Who secure lander? Who's the man? How much does it cost in terms of monetary value? How much does the land cost? Auxiliary roads how much would that cost? Nyarko, oko baby na kwetena ho. Na se light ni ho a, dane bonko. Light ho a dane bonko. Anameboa. It's because you are investing money in doing that. Na minim baby amuhwe asa nyansa ne free ye. Omo de e dan ye se wi aboso. Asese air condition. Ya to tiles. Ya painti. Ya yi kwan. Ya ye central septic bibia ho. Na kase. Ya be ye no man kitin bi. Na e de na mani partner mu no. Eno no cost more than going to start a new building. How? You can I can't think far. Master, keep quiet. You are going to invest money. You are going to invest, Master. Assembly who are more MPP for Ghana for because and then you say 54 million Ghana cedis in digging a hole. In digging a hole. You call this a foundation? Ghana for but what the Americans say? I have no more Ghana for dear reward. It's in a mortality rate Ghana for who because in no one go out doing 1 hour about them. Last week because them say they say dear or more what to umpire who for Ghana. Yes, because when you die, you don't think, you don't feel anything. No, yes, so for papa, your take conditions wasn't free here.
It's the problem,
yes, if I wish some Jimmy Cray free in some. And then you go home Musamia. And come in, because so I dear Betty. Now I drink, and no Quadana, ever doors were changed the Obinia dear. Oh, Quayanke.
I made you see, but problem near dear what he say. Government providing land, not projects in Aquasono, and now say, Yania buying me. At what no cost? Stop that thing. What no cost? What no cost? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You see, the NBS. Sagleme, Dino, so it's young complete and my Nyarko, no suggestion. Say you use the state fund. And no crampono, 1,500 housing units. Dear Omoki Canino, Massa, Sikanda, but $200 million, I'm in Boku. Bye. Do you get it? Sikane ba so that it is coming in tranches. But the year can say first tranche now, yes, yes, see, 5,000. I didn't see 5,500. Nayan first 1,500 in Manco for. Okay. Nayan G scan free. Nayan San first process Nebiano and continue to another A. That was the idea. Oh, Bacho, oh.
What are you talking about? If you want to, well, Entina, Nyansa, yes, Nyansa Bibrano, my Ponchamachi. Ye cocoa roots. Ye cocoa roots. Almost see inflated figures, maybe. And Omokofa, clone and associates. So, all the tea roots are cocoa roots. Cocoa roots anyway. Minister, I have cocoa board, chief executive officer. Yes, on file list of cocoa roots I'll buy a wire. And the cost associated with it up to now. Until for my.
May I say, a tier 4 brass, Pasho. A tier 4 brass, Pasho. 0543 989 989 0247 989 989. Good evening. We didn't baby our free. Maybe I try my entry.
Also, a port match is a concoma for them. Once I know credit, we knew I'm no kind of question. It is any what you just know. Maybe so I say, be said. Inflation, the time people in Mamma say, someone no position now. No, Mamma, Bob Brapapano, I do a minor Koyano say, we are money and a corner, will be what others here discuss to come the enemy. No one Calipu say, no, Mamma, Tihono, not done a man Penaco for no one, I'm to Calipu, no to Calipu say. And that is as any to Calipu say. So if you are sick, there would be a car, and now they are what they could do be with here. No one cheer, no one can butu. No, the Akabin Samson Tomia. No, the Katagan amount for while the Adebatinia Nauka, and the King of Oriatapoi. Sika was say, and Yamako Yeno. But Sika was here, so I did one from Kotiaka. You would be a Dagana, a futu. And now, may come as Samson, a dance Amokan Wasamno. Then a man Penaco was you. Near Mamma and one mamma, what's the water region? My henny. A car, Mamma, is good. I will be, when you do with everything, mine not the Mangan, when you tell ceremony, a manana.
May I say, good evening, we didn't baby our free.
Abronoma Nyarko.
Yea, of Aduwa, Papa B.
Abronoma Papa B.
Of Ambassador NTOA.
Nyarko Abronoma. Abronoma, I'm going to say.
I do mean to you, offer.
And then Yanko Passi. A radisha no yoke. Who can't send the end of the tar? Who see anti-people? Identity. And the PR almost sorry, NDC. And this is your mamma who call you to a bayou. And yet, dear Jumana Shamunsa. Namun Timunya, Jumana, the PR Muna Papa radio show. And this show, who's anti-people to want to say. And this is one at Yakunaswana. And this is one at Yakunaswa. One cat, not gonna afford 90. I know some. Some politics when you come. Oh, the president, another warrior. I thought I was to see every president of what yes, so the thing your mamma name, your advisor, Tamis, yes, so everyone. Say, what do you have? Jesus Christ, Ghana, you walk in Japan.
May I say, good evening, we didn't baby our free.
I'm good evening, I pump to say.
I do mean to you, Sule, me patrol to your free quarter crew.
I'm a young coupon show, say, and I be modern some papa, a bragana for Nina. Then she had a great elephant party penny for party about power. Your national resources, no coffee beer. Yeah, dear, no contribution, no chop. Na minche yawura Dr. Baumia. Yankupo ashira papa yi wa shranongo. Adi bro mangana. Ghana ya che ewo nema bebree. Papa ya dwene ete se akosi bruni. Bine mmofo ya adwuma. Sere o ma dwentie no sa na Dr. Baumia dwentie. To mo nanam ke kansam no. O de vision ba. Ghana fo be so no mu. Ni America twa Ghana fo nyina se Ghana fo nya abotre. Na yenye careful, I will be more mukasa from their personal hatred, selfishness. Now, I don't go over Kufuado, I before my na protected. Now, the Otis and Kuraka Chagana for some my red Nama Manaka Dumpi. Na Nedumpi Nama Bahu. Nasani Pakrona Sabaji. And on a Ghana for a tenacity, we say, Yɛbɛfa economy na yɛ 3.6. Without pandemic no kura no yɛ cancel nursing training allowance. Na health insurance say to go so. Na school feeding asai. Bibi asai. Emrantie wie school no mu titefie. Ba nana do dan kwa kufo do be ye ni ye manne. Ghana form ranche na mara. At fofia nto after na pandemic. Eba a public sector worker na fee 1 year. And the water media na ya wo pania free. Ene mo bebre si wo man we mu.
May I say good evening. We didn't baby our free. Yo. Me pa show you nti o en.
Me wo na man fa kase en fa ma ngi wo. Ami ya coming president Alhaji Mahmoud Bomia. Wo omiti Bomia didn't say let me be home. I had the young pastor and the was an of you. I'm such a kase en fa ma and wo Lloyd. I'm your channel. I mean, that Apafa, Nyansa, and you're paying for one in a copy of my kia. Hey, yes, no. Yanko Pon about yes. Listen, I'm not young think of Yanko Pongi. Now, you says Antoinette about institute. That's so empty to the pummel of self dinner. I will say, oh, come, I'm a little now say. So, and this boy, your mother say, one better talk. Agipin, that's all water. Yes, the end is our canning in Anno. Obia, one can of correct. From it, dear, I have for Musuma, because woman say one better drop. No, my Agipin, Abba. Now, say, NBC, your present Nana Abufa in our bank. Yes, I have this for so far no more. Can you how? Yes, you know, as to say, dear. Nana do this school fee by I'm a kind of what it does. If you move and Oka school fees, I just say, oh, school free. Never was your time when you pass any part.
May I say good evening. We didn't baby our free.
Good evening. Now call Abronoma.
Made of phone patch on my minty when
ye kasa and ye ye kasa Timon for 80 and wiki. Ogoloba open some pajaman of the city. Now, I'm more share this original Chamakodu Yamichemafe. And the reality a walk Ghana. Simemunia Sibi or Bakoma. And it's Nana Dunko Kufodu among one denny. And you've been a Mecca, so any part of Bako Monquadia. And you said Nana Dunko Kufodu among we. And one denny. Abaya no nya de don the money mama. Chata na dollar na 40 cedis. And na mo musumunu wi asinyense nyina. Dollar ko 40 cedis. And the Ghana for me ho 3 yen. And now to me bia to. And the Ghana for me su. It mean 2 times a day. 1 day no kra no. E management. Me de me say Ghana for nyina so 2024 apano. Yina koyen ko braleba de yampum abano na abanenko na wo se timamini ye ko sana to abade mawa ye to abasam puntu beba ye dwumam ye to abankasa ye dwumangu ti se me so 2024 wa pasam puntu ba wo brabo wo bia no mo ye de yampum so no so no kowrom de NDC don draman ma to mememika wo ba jamano for na ni nation train abamba da roma nation train wo jamano.
May I say good evening. We didn't baby our free.
Good evening, Akua Abronoma.
May I phone patch on my minty way.
Pastor, we're international Agabush Papa.
Okay, Agabush.
You. I'm say a student Kotukum. I'm so on Segana to the Ghana Nyarko. O Casabia, the Casabia, ash, Casano can you. You who to be the Ghana, the Ghana, you will miss it. You shouldn't go to Yahoo. I know the Ghana. And then you are drop back, me and Sa, me, no boy, in close into mko keke mko na mko kututuzi so wunye mko ndo na uti koto kumi sulu koto kumi uti koto kumi yi wo kwa sanye wo kasa de bia na MPP nti de gana ekwenti sulu koto kumi hu ya o meaning no re 2024 de insha Allah sai ti go no bo ma ba so ni yo mu ni wo agusa no chemme anfa ku yo mu na mu ya bola e be yo mu ni ka bu ya no so mada so nya minejuma
meda se so frɛ ba mu good evening udi ni ba bia frɛ free
Nyarko good evening
Krereka pacho ma yenti we
meda se Nyarko ma menchiao asie ho eye ba omia it is possible na menchiao abegafo meni atamechiao Nyarko yakache ndisi for the politics bi ho mo njaye bo meni akasa yesisia no osinya adoa ne tomatoes ene kudu no kubisa tomatoes bo ene tomatoes ababebu Nyarko the last time me taught tomatoes you could me digao the last time me taught tomatoes konko no 40 cedis e baya me to be 30 cedis now me ya me to be the last time me to be 25 cedis so what you say price ne the air ba form and then this ni message no catch your tomatoes ni me ado aboa e dia e dwomfo frɛ o me do mbeka Nyarko and ya affordable house and another cat so no different from segment there say the million tabana sam kind no NDC for a comma $200 million. So you find the enconcosi and you have 5,000 unit houses. A send of panity see we dear no and you buy provide assassin. And ya dear buy a Mexica beer. Nanyako, I dear buy Mexica also from the parliament. Or but parliament not a gas assassin, no so bad idea. So what you say, intimate Binya nuli dinimo ye mutu de so mutan aban no but asem ni ba mu pe no kure wo mu de se de wo kai aban on fisika dia go ko sha sa friends sa house no mu private person ne ba bi si aban de amana asase sikani bibia wo mu bia ya private person ne ba ba se de menu ataka ya no e water electricity ana ba so be de be provide after
medicine good evening we did baby our free
good evening Nyarko
medo phone pa chama minti we okay, my intio.
Lechia very dear. Okasa yana maniji the submissions in Opa. Na sabi of a duahin desire. NDC na wabremo and as MPP na wabremo. Dear Otia Kunyasono, the only million no last in Nayaka. The Wabako and the only Wabako. Even say, if you are any memory. Na ye toba kiara na ya toba mama na mabekela so o betela so na nyama nkudi na ye ka na mu yigu NDC so ya na mentiase e na sule so awo kutukuru no e mu ni ara kan no ni so te Ghana ha ana di ti kutukuru ba o de rekota na besu ya no du kwa wo ya onam so na niji ho niji kutukuru kwan ho kutukuru ma fi mi de makusi kira ya na niji introduce campaign no omo ya ometuma kugina wa campaign
medase good evening we didn't baby our free okay maintaining come I'm in for way good evening we didn't baby our free me pa cho yenti we obey me last caller
me pa cho this leader we say no say into nya do boy no me ka say so only say the be han kwa dey kam wo nya do ni to se bi wa me me bi fi no dey ko ediane kwa cho
yo medase I come see manum pe ma memfa en wrap up na yen sorry ya ko asimetwato Mr. Nuruddin ma minja ona koda asimetwato tia wana yempon
callers o maya de sa na democracy nso ese ekono nti ya ye kasa o mo kire o ma adwen sa no I think that we like that say o mo aban no mu nso te nuama binum nso nkoyi a yesusu se sene radio so a mo kire o ma adwen ya eno nso ya o mo nkan sipi se ne ekoyi enye na emboa at least eno beboa ma ye airwaves no na ya ye kasa radio no yatimi aboa a check obi a o government mu say we betu anamo a Ghana fo nyina benya ho nsunsan so pa na ai ata meka chere say ya china every china command number radio bi I know they may but now can be say cathedral no government pledge or pledge seed money. Now seed money is one no beautiful Rebecca cop or pledge seed money in whose pocket? I mean that one. Let's not entertain that wafata. Onze miracle or the TT.
Medase. I'm sorry.
If you're Nyarko. We I can say me say sanitary pad or sanitary pad be one sem. Unim. Ninchre muncheche mo madban say Ghana has say ye piania ye bi your two companies be or more sanitary pad. Minim dine de it has escaped me. But almost share the free abonten so banana bono e form. A chain the yen or Ghana hunting or more the taxes correct also said a bema competition. Some level of even play abba now local one on some for me a patronize it. No, it has been same for the poultry product in the local rice. With young fat tax and also said they are able to compete favorably. Even though in some sense I always say domestic products no. So I say especially in your party you and be money sugar anyway now. Ghana you two oil you two petrol mo kono no so to mumu. So and you know it's a necessary evil, but then we have no choice.
Me that say. Ata me that say.
Masa, na den nipa no mo buma ya.
Ada den na.
Busane say sanitary pad na ye no Ghana ha ni sen. Ana ne boy say. Ni no be fi. Ni re otrofo o se me dance ni wo amonone. Otrofo o se me dance ni wo abrochiri. Even when we talk of cost of production in Ghana here, it's even higher than a normal crefri amonone de ba no. Enti nye tax now they to so no. You have to reduce the taxes for a tria na mo cost of production no cost no. And they say otete so. What the tax got to your friends say sanitary pad so say me person me discouraging from patronage and sanitary pad a necessity.
Okay, me that say.
And a luxury. But what did they make an say? Now the tax got to so I can say me the tax to me enjoy I will not consume. Your friend be elastic demand and inelastic demand. But what I say? And the sanitary pad no a necessity and crowd man yini omo agro brano and that's omo ebu ansano. It's a necessity.
Me that say ai.
Enti de mo ye no de enya momo na mubu omu di agro mo bampi. Mo bampi.
Me that say Alright, the Kamponsa Bedu ye treasurer Bono region ha Edema National Democratic Congress. Rabdo Samad Nuridini ye secretary for PNC. Ura Tabana Sam a member of the communications team. Edema New Patriotic Party where Bono region. Abja for ye damase say mobukaye hon na ye sumbo mu me menti dwumadi so. No do na ba ne sa ye mfa sumnim rewie ye. The job of K the call live on the social media handles ahodo ni nyina. Afei sie kwasi Joshua say Joe eye mi producer osomfo ye me ekwenya kwa Abronoma ye koda o yesre Israel Nyankopon no wonye ye ban bofo na oma ye hunu da foforo no ye asida ma ne din da Nyankopon ye adom a ochina ye behia